I'm pretty sure I was dealing like 2,600 damage a swing, like with my jump attacks.
In D&D.
Yeah, yeah, indeed.
Oh, that if you want ridiculous numbers, I'm playing the Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, as you may have noticed
Well,
sometimes.
you could have just said Pathfinder, and I would have like stopped you right there.
Yeah. And this one is based sort of on, it's got an extra rule set because you're infused with divine energy.
Oh no.
So I do a couple of my fighting characters. I think the biggest crit I've seen so far is 260 points of damage in one swing.
Interesting.
And,
I'm able to get Nakarta and Gunner's images to load back, but not Jay's.
With this new account.
Right. You're not linked to your account now.
Yeah, he's J Hawkeye 9001.
Will.
Also, hi, chat.
Jay, you're just gonna be invisible for now then.
Yeah.
I'll fix that later. Won't care about it for now. Hi everybody, welcome to Stream.
Because I'm too short.
Yeah, we got another session of good old D&D going on here. I'm gonna get some music going. So yeah, before we get started, I had listed also Waylon's stock. I included Orian's stock, but as you can clearly see, that's a bit out of your price range right now.
Just a mind.
Maybe yours is let's rob a bank.
You know, I'm not saying that's impossible.
I cast Shatter.
I cast Shatter.
But he's not saying that's a good idea.
It's
Omni's we got the payday playlist.
Try.
listen. It's not like even if you manage to get through all of the guards in Straedon, there may be a reason why the queen didn't have any armed guards with her, but I'm not going to clarify why.
Oh, we know why out of character. I think Nakarta is the one who figured it out and mentioned it.
There are
Did I
reasons.
really?
There are reasons why she could protect herself, but moving away from that temporarily.
Question, or well, actually more of a statement. A wizard or warlock with Dimension Door is one of the best heisters you can possibly have.
Oh god, yeah.
You just need the floor plans, so you can know the exact location you need to teleport to.
Yeah.
And then out.
Absolutely.
Assuming the bank doesn't have any guards and wards against that.
It's true. It's true.
Dimension Door.
Everybody gangsta until Omni brings out the Megadeth Raptor Giant Tarask Aboleth Murder Machine. Please.
Yo, Tarask are overrated. Just get a big acid pit.
Just get at least 1,000 rats. You think I'm gonna throw a Tarask at them? No.
Your death must be more severe.
Honestly, yeah, 1,000 rats is more intimidating than a Tarask.
Action economy.
Mm-hmm.
No, the deadliest thing about it will be how long it takes me to roll everyone's initiative. We'll be here for years! Years!
Just have like a what is it? Like a pack of rats? I don't remember how much that like the packs are. Swarm of rats.
Yeah. Well, like the 30 to 50 feral hogs. It's simple, really.
It's hog science, really.
Well, if a swarm of rats fits in like a 5x5 square, that's a lot of rats.
That is a lot of rats, all things considered.
Damn, can't believe we're playing Vermintide again.
Little do you know, inside the Tower of Doors is the fucking Skittergate.
Jesus.
Out comes 5 adventurers, 1 a wizard with her hair on fire, 1 a dwarf, 1 an elf.
And 1 very, very religious.
Fire hammer in the air.
So Gunnar, your backup character is just going to be him, right?
Oh, of course. No.
I don't know, but man, your idea for the other one.
Mm-hmm.
It's too good.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we just gotta kill Chikara, it's simple. So anyways, Jay, you wanted to get the Purse of Pursuing Pinballs, right?
Yes.
Alright. So then you can have the purse, and it's 150 gold down the drain.
I am now broke.
But you have 1 of 5. 1 of 5
Well,
to
I'm
do
technically
what?
not broke.
Who knows?
Did
I have 8 silver
Chikara
pieces
not
to my
buy one of
name.
them too?
No, I bought my stuff during Jay, I think, was AFK partially. I think some stuff happened.
No, but at 1 of 5 as a party, are we not at 2 of 5?
No,
Yeah,
he's talking about
The bags
one
of
of
ball
the
bearings.
Yeah. He has 5.
There are
were only
5 unique bags of ball bearings.
Yeah,
and
didn't.
No,
Oh,
no,
did
there
you
was
not
only,
buy-
there
You
was
got the
only one
barrel.
bag. He just made a mistake with the name and had to change it.
Yeah, I made a
Oh,
mistake.
okay.
I was mistaking that for the Satchel of Seeking Spheres.
Right.
I
you
bought
get?
the
What'd you
barrel
buy?
of monkeys.
Right, it was the monkeys in the bag of holding you bought. That's
Yep, I
right.
gave you a deal because he wanted that thing out of his fucking store.
I opened the barrel.
Out comes the monkeys!
He did not ring the bell.
Next time we interrogate someone, I start dumping ball bearings. Chikara opens the barrel.
They can't hurt you physically, but they can hurt you emotionally.
True, and about the bell,
And they don't know that.
think I specified in the description for it, Gunnar. Although if I didn't, I'll need to make an amendment to that. It's if you open the barrel, the bell rings. You have to make a concerted effort to.
You have to
not
carefully
ring.
open the barrel versus opening the barrel.
Yeah, if you just say I open the barrel, the bell rings.
Of course.
So anyway, I open the barrel.
Out comes the monkeys. I'll make a soundbite that'll just play on loop whenever you release the monkeys, and I'll make
Just
it
make it go,
quiet the
"Wah!"
further away you get. Oh no!
Because
Play
it's
the
chaos.
DK rap. Wait, there's 5 of them. This works.
Oh no.
One of them comes out with a coconut gun.
I tailor a little tie for one of them.
Oh,
Omni, they have to be all the monkeys now. Like they can't just be random monkeys.
that's fair. Well, it's basically once
Pretty
it's
sure they
open-
are random monkeys, actually.
They're quantum monkeys. They're completely random until you open the barrel, and then that's the monkeys you have. It's like a
So I have
pack of
to ask.
cards.
Did you make this or did you find this?
No, I made that from scratch.
So you made the mischief monkey too?
Yes. Yeah, there's a really great website that helps you make custom homebrew sheets, and so I just made it from there.
Also, did the guy explain to me about how I close the satchel and tie the ribbon back to put them all back?
Oh, yes, he would gladly explain
Okay.
that to you.
I was about to say, or would have picked them all up one at a time. Otherwise,
Well, and after an hour, they just kind of go back into the bag.
no, okay.
They just magically disappear, and then all of a sudden the bag is slightly heavier. If you have your finger in the bag at the current moment, also it ties around your finger, and that's gonna hurt.
I don't think Ur's that dumb.
Thankfully, it's not the bag of ballistic bearings.
Whoops!
Whoops, I
no.
didn't say that.
Yo, jar cannon?
So anyways,
Started blasting.
if there is
All
any...
right, so has no money. So I was saying, Chikara, before while you were indisposed, did we want to consider getting mounts and or say a wagon? Because it looks like we're traveling a bit.
Hitch a ride on a wagon.
Well, yeah, but then we're always at the mercy of when is there one going and is it going where we want? And
True.
let's see here. What would that cost us if we decided we want? Because also I was thinking about getting a tent, but then I'm like, but if I get a wagon, maybe I don't want a tent because I'll just sleep in a wagon.
You know, when I search things on Google, I should really put D&D afterwards.
I've done that too many times.
Sometimes you get some.
Because I don't want to know the
uncomfortable
cost of a
answers.
horse normally.
Yeah.
Also make sure to...
So raft horse would be 50 gold.
Wow, horses are cheap.
Those are
and-
like work horses.
Yeah. And so a draft horse and a wagon would be 85 gold total.
Mhm.
And, then we'd have transportation and a place to sleep off the ground.
Good.
And it wouldn't cost
Yeah.
you much more if you wanted a wagon with, like, what the hell are those things called? The covers for it.
Yeah, a covered wagon.
Yep.
Be in
Like
the Old West.
Yeah, the Old West, like the you've contracted dysentery style.
But hear me out.
Okay.
For 250 gold, we can get a chariot.
That actually isn't as useful for us.
I don't know.
Cooler.
Sure, it's cooler. And I know you have visions of Chikara riding into battle with the chariot, cutting down your foes with Ben-Hur style scythes whirling on the sides of the wheels.
I was more picturing Chikara pulling the chariot, but
You
Just
leave your
punching
kink out of
people.
this.
Oh no. Listen,
I mean,
just get a stone chariot and just make sure nobody drops any giant pots on you or they'll get your bow.
I got that one. Give me a second.
sorry, I didn't hear what you said. What'd you say?
It said, if you get a stone chariot, just make sure nobody drops a pot on you and steals your bow.
God, I don't get that one.
Elden Ring.
Oh,
That's how you
I
stop the
see.
chariots.
I
You
see.
drop pots on them.
Oh, is that how you do it?
Yeah, and then that first secret area, you gotta drop the pots on it by shooting them.
Oh, I didn't do that. I just
And it
ran
blows
around.
up.
I don't
you get
move
the
around as fast once I've dropped some pot either.
You're gonna make those chariots high as fuck.
Okay.
You gotta
Hear
love
me
the
out.
difference. Draft horse, 50 gold. Riding horse, 75 gold. War horse, 400 gold.
Oh, wait. I was like, what the?
A
I
war
forgot
horse
I have-
costs more than an elephant.
Well,
You
we
can
just
buy
get an
them.
elephant.
Wait a minute. Klaus from his room. Something is wrong. I feel objectified.
So yes, we could get a wagon. Hold on, I'm trying to check my wallet. This is actually a good idea. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
he doesn't sound very convinced.
I'll believe it when I see
Hold
it.
on. I'm trying to check my money. Okay. Ooh, then I don't know if we'll have enough unless we pull some money. I was gonna say we could also get a carriage because I think carriages are enclosed.
Right. Instead of the wagon. Yeah, that I see that. Yep. Now that would take us up to carriage and the draft horse to pull it.
It's 150.
It's 150.
I have 135.
Okay. So if you and I each
have
chip
8
in
silver.
75,
Yes,
And,
yeah, that's fine.
then can chip back in as we make some more.
Yeah, we can help each other. I'd be
that-
fine with the wagon, but also enclosed carriage.
I mean, the wagon's more affordable.
True.
Maybe up it to 50 for a wagon that's covered with at least a canvas covering.
hmm
Keep the rain off us.
We'll start simple. Let's just
Yeah.
get the wagon.
Once we hit level 6 or 7 or something, and I'm not scrambling coin to make all my ridiculous shit.
Understandable.
Same.
So Omni, I guess we're going wagon and horse shopping.
Yeah, that's fair. I know in Strata it's going to be difficult for the wagon, assuming since the carpenter's been arrested.
We'll find something. Maybe someone wants to sell their old wagon.
Maybe he has wagons at the shop that are now free.
That's true.
Jandon sneaks into the room. Finally, they have no idea.
You know, that's a good idea, Jandon. Question: anyone want to give us his contact?
I would have gotten away with it too.
He did give Jane his contact because he owns the mines.
That's right.
You know, I think he would probably at least because of the mines, right? So he's probably moving stuff in and out. Maybe he can give us a deal on a cart.
Well, either the mines or there must be a couple of drovers or merchants. We can ask around town. Yeah,
Mhm.
who could we see about a cart? Or a wagon, rather. Because we'd like something a little fancier than just, a mule cart.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
All right.
assuming you do ask, they would tell you there are horses for sale, so you could get the horse. There is technically no one in charge of the sale of carts. You would need to basically speak with the court, the ruling court, or like maybe even the queen herself, and be like, "Hey, can I buy this? I know there's nobody in charge of this right now." Because all of the stores in Straedan are specifically registered by the actual court.
Okay. So yeah, let's go to the courthouse and see if we can buy it from his estate. Heck, the crown could even keep the proceeds to pay for his proceedings in defense.
Well, there you go. Considering you just recently gained the queen's favor in terms of your dutiful deed done.
Yeah, this is like literally maybe an hour later or something, isn't it? Like 2 hours later.
Oh yeah. In fact, you could even make this where like you could even just ask the queen then and there, like, "Hey, by the way, can we do this?"
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. And at that point, she'd be like, "Yeah, we can just speak to the court, tell them you've gained my favor." And they
Cool.
should be able to, like, basically sign an agreement to have this sold. We don't need the carpenter's permission by all accounts right now.
So a covered
He might not
wagon
be
and a
inclined to
draft-
bargain in good faith with us.
How much more is a covered wagon?
Let's see. Canvas. So, let's see. 1 square yard of canvas,
Is 1 silver?
1 silver. So, all things considered, I mean, it
I
has
can
to
help
be,
with that.
It has to be shaped around the card itself. It's got supports. How many square yards do you think you would need for that? I'm not good at envisioning measurements.
I don't know why.
So if the wagon is, let's say, 8 feet long,
Long wagon.
I know, but so that would be like 2 and a bit yards, right? And if the area, like if we wanted, well, we don't necessarily want it tall enough.
You don't need
for
to stand.
car to
just
stand
a
in.
little
Yeah,
one.
exactly. So
Just
like
like
if the
sit in.
sides go up, let's say 1.5 yards, so that's 3, and then let's say 1.5 yards across, so 4, 9. No, sorry, 2.5, 5, 7.5 plus 4.5, so 12.
Okay.
And I'm estimating high, but
I would say between that and the supports, I'd say like 15 silver.
oh, okay.
Supports are
Let's
just-
round it up to 2, so we'll call it 37 gold.
Yeah, if you guys want to invest in a horse and a cart, by all accounts you can, and we'll just basically write in mini retcon the fact that you are going back home on a cart.
Yep.
Yeah.
Considering I don't even know if you would have the space for 6 people, especially Klaus. You might have had to casual
Probably too
walk
much
it.
for one horse.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, folks are
Also
probably
that-
going to walk beside the horse from time to time.
Klaus himself is probably too much for one horse.
All right.
All
we are
right,
the proud
so-
owners of a wagon and a draft horse.
Bright said, I'm probably always able to ride in the wagon.
I will give you a sheet for the draft horse at some point.
So
Hopefully, we never
Kara?
need it. Our goal is to keep him out of combat.
Your goal is other people's goals. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to
Alright, so we're-
Stormare, still alive after 10 levels.
Yeah, that's true. Stormmare's still alive. We're splitting the cost between the two of us, Nakarta, correct?
Yep.
All right. One of us will pay 43, and the other will pay 44.
All right.
I will pay 44.
Considering how much travel is
Sure
going to
thing.
be done in this campaign, you guys are making a very good investment. having the ability to cut down that travel time, which I am going to be adjusting the scale of this map and basically creating a unit of measurement that we can use to place to understand the distance.
Vague amounts of time.
Yeah, we know it's a, what was it? It was a 3-day walk between Default and Straedon.
I think it's about what we came out to.
Yeah. So I'll just basically create, like, here, I can even do this. We draw shape. No. Can make an estimation that, like, oh my god, that is, my attempt at a straight line is awful.
Or you me?
That's effectively that's a 3-day travel right there. Oh my god, it's diagonal as hell.
Listen, the roads curve a little bit.
I mean, they do. Let me actually, like, do this properly. Yeah, oh my god! Is there a way to make a line? Yes, there is. Thank goodness. Do not put me in.
So you've seen my maps, you know has to be a line tool.
So Omni, just to make it easy for you, I noticed the grid you have on there right now. It's about 2 grid squares between those 2 towns.
Yeah.
So a grid square is about a day and a half.
Yeah.
So if you reduce the size of your grid by a third, so if you go to settings and set the grid size to 0.66 of what it is right now, 1 grid square would be 1 day of walking.
Shit, okay.
Now, would that apply
So,
only to this map?
grid cell
Yep.
distance, or is it cell width?
Shoot, let me...
I think we cell width, maybe.
Yeah, I can't... hang on, I'm gonna leave and go to my account, and I can tell you, because I've done...
I
I've
actually
messed with it on
just figured it out.
my- Okay,
Yep, there it
you
is.
go. Yes, you did. Yep.
So yeah, 1 square is a full day's walk.
Yep.
Huh, smaller continent than I remember.
Yeah, so about 2.5 days in this case. Which resting and whatnot comes up.
That is assuming it's like a straight road.
Mm-hmm. Or there you go. You have distance now.
Cool. Okay, so that's set up. So, yes, big brain strats. So we have distance, I figured out. We have the... You guys have a horse and a cart.
Transportation. I have met a new contact.
And Jay has a magical bag of ball bearings.
Folks have bought their stuff. We don't need a tent because we have a covered wagon. We have a tent on wheels. I think we're good to go.
Okay.
No one starts turning into a werewolf or anything.
Yeah, so we pick up where we left off. The day prior to the morning you're now at, Lucian had an episode
Yes.
in which he began to transform, despite the fact that it is not a full moon, which is concerning. So Lucian, Klaus, and Roshin are...
Oh shoot! I should have added that to my letter to Hillfoot.
They are about, like, they'd be going, like, here-ish. That's approximately where they would have informed you his, werewolf entrapment cabin is.
Mm-hmm.
Swear to God.
What? Oh, that was me.
So,
Talk to you as a werewolf.
you wake up. the following day, and before you get on your cart, if you do, or start on the way back to default, a little Meesy Mouse runs up to you with a piece of paper in its mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And it stops a couple of feet away from you and just kind of sits up on its legs and just kind of stares at you.
I feel like that rat's for us. Well, I guess I crouch down and hold out my hand.
All right. It huddles on over to you and drops the piece of paper in your hand and then starts to just scurry away.
All right. Well, let me pull out my glass. No, what's it say?
So you open up the letter, and it is addressed from Sylvia.
Mm-hmm.
It says, this message is for, and it addresses what should have been the 6 of you at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You are urgently needed back at Default. Sinbad and I have much to discuss. Please arrive as soon as possible. Forgive us for not having used the sending stones. We had to utilize their charges to contact the other individuals, as everyone was currently out on various jobs. Please...
Did we just get an Avengers Assemble?
Effectively. It also mentions, at the top, I should say, it says, if you are reading this, please do not read it aloud, and do not inform anyone around you of the contents of this letter. We need to discuss some dire circumstances, and we do not want anyone suspicious as to any panic going on.
I see.
And that's the end of
Alright.
the letter.
So we have a sending stone. Do Klaus and Rasheen have one?
They do.
Should we send them a message?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
the vagueness of
Yeah.
urgent, needed back.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh shit! But to do that, we'd have to say it. Or can
Uh,
sending stones just say work with thought?
You know, that's a good
Good
question.
point.
Not that, like, there's anyone... I mean, you can take a look around to make sure there's no one near you.
I feel also being super incredibly vague, just saying urgent, come back. Is it a little okay?
True.
Yeah, a message as simple as, like, urgent matters needed back at default. Or back at, guild.
Yep. All right, let's do that then, and then let's hit the road. Frappe la rue.
So, fun fact. Sending stones cast sending, which doesn't say you need to speak anything. You just send a short message, and the creature hears it in its mind.
Okay,
Perfect, then.
even better.
There you go.
Okay.
So, yeah, just tell them urgent, come back to default, to the guild.
Summoned by Sylvia.
Yes. That is still less than 25 words. We're good.
Yep,
Alexa.
All right, next time we have a bit of extra cash, we have to hire a manservant to run behind us with coconuts to make the horse galloping sound as we go.
Sorry, I forgot to mention your cart has stone wheels. You have to pick it up and run with it.
All right, no problem.
And if we go too fast, we put our feet through the floor to stop it.
Yeah, whatever do.
Wilma! So yeah, it would then be... I think cart cuts it... The horse and cart cuts it down to a 2 days travel. So in a day, you get to move 1.5 squares. I think that's what
Back to
we
the
wrote.
original problem.
That would just fine. But so yeah, so it'll just take
So
you
if you're in a
another...
cart traveling at 1.5 squares per day,
Oh. I don't need this.
How long before the rest of your party punches?
right now.
For the sake and
Speaking
essence
of which,
of time, you guys will just make it back. Nothing happens on the road yet.
My favorite kind of road trip.
Visited the dentist the other day. And guy thought I was asked me if I was going back to school after the appointment. I'm 25.
Right?
Compliment.
I'm being raided. The Rising of Chicanery has raided with a party of 7. Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to my custom D&D campaign. Appreciate you very much for the raid.
7 people. Wow, that doubled our audience.
Yeah, that's more people than we're watching to begin with.
And all of a sudden, we're all deadly quiet. All right.
Basically.
Sorry, I'm eating chocolate.
Okay.
So, road is uneventful. We get back to Deathwold.
Yes. So let me swap you
Message
guys
Alpharette.
back over to my beautiful JPEG town. See, here's my thing. I have... Oh, wow. All these people that don't exist over here anymore. I have the means to make a
What, they're
better
dead?
map now, but I don't want to.
It's the charm. It's like
It's
how
the
Jay
charm.
makes these line maps. It's the charm.
Yeah, it's like,
Won't
look,
feel like home anymore if you change it.
exactly. Now, future towns, they're going to look a lot better, let me assure you.
Well, now I'm kind of sad.
All right, fine. Every map will be a JPEG map. Are you happy now?
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm glad you're happy. Also, I can actually, now that I have the Plus membership, I can give you guys actual furniture in your rooms if you so desired. Not that, of course, you know, it's...
I just want my big bed.
I think you have it, actually. Yeah, no, it's still there. It's blue. It's 15 feet long.
Oh, yeah.
Just gotta set up some things.
Dave or Daryl at the gates?
Dave.
Oh, let's leave the area and come back.
It's always
To
better to enter
reload
with
the
Daryl.
zone.
Yep. Well, we wave as we enter and proceed towards the guild, trying to look casual, but not stopping for small talk.
Of course, of course.
With our horse, of course.
With your horse, of course.
I think they have stables, or else I'd be concerned where we were putting them.
All right. Yep. So, wave to Dave. Dave waves back. And yeah, just an average amount of people in town. Everybody working
No
back
loonies?
and forth, bustling.
Right here.
What'd you say again?
Any loonies?
Oh, any loonies? No. You do notice people are more attentive to you entering than they ever were before.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they seem suspicious, it's just you do notice before where you could walk in and everyone would just be like, yeah, that's today's weirdos. People are keeping their eyes on you,
We are
Yeah, we're
yesterday's
weirdos with a
weirdos,
cart.
sir.
basically.
That's right. We're important weirdos.
We made a little bit of money.
So you just gotta park it in the parking lot of the guild.
Well, is that a little guild stable next to it?
Sure, why not? That was originally someone's house, but now it's the guild stable.
Oh,
There
there
we
we
go.
I thought they had some sort of stables, but I could be wrong. I could be just completely...
I remember
making
it.
that up.
Guess what, Gunner? They do now.
Well, I'm retroactively right.
It's
Well,
I
fun.
want to see you
right.
try that one with the prof.
Listen, quantum physics have a lot to do with this campaign.
Quantum stables.
Quantum stables. The stable was not real until you observed
Holy shit, magic item.
Who's your favorite carpenter? Strodinger?
it. Listen, fun fact, there is actually a magical item I've created. It is called the carved horse, and I'm not telling you what it does unless you find it.
Oh god. I feel like I know, but anyways.
So yeah, there's the guild house, and interestingly enough, Milva, the bartender, is actually outside the door.
Oh, she got to give him my beer.
It doesn't look like there's beers on the menu today.
Oh dear, this is a tragedy.
It really is.
Also, in the Discord, there's us coming back with our new cart and horse.
Your new cart, horse, and bag of magical ball bearings.
Don't forget the barrel.
Oh, and the barrel, of course. How could I forget the monkeys? For people coming in and seeing this campaign for the first time, I love the out of contextness of a lot of this.
Oh, that's just D&D.
But
shit.
that's-
But
yeah,
not
that
to
is
worry,
just D&D.
it's every bit as ridiculous if you know where it comes from.
Yeah, knowing doesn't help.
True. Oh,
Or
nice
is just
barrel. What does it do?
constantly dumping-
Well, have you ever heard of
just
pocket dimensions?
Or is just constantly dumping the back out from the back of the cart and then closing it and redumping them.
Balls
True.
go out. Balls go in. Balls go out. Balls go in.
The whole logical counts just doesn't make sense.
Because here's the thing about that bag. Their magical property can only be used once per long rest. Otherwise, it is just a bag of ball bearings. Which actually means
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
The second time you open it and go to close it, the ball bearings do not return.
Jumps up
And
back
Ur
in the
gets
cart
his
and is
wish of
fine.
picking the ball up by hand.
Yeah, so Milva is at the door of the guild.
Does she look worried?
She looks like alert.
Well, wave.
You want to do
and
the bouncer duty?
Effectively bouncer duty. You don't fuck with Milva.
I'll wave and just holler that we're gonna go park the horse and then come back.
She nods and
Two
tells
slots.
you, as soon as that's done, come on in.
Use the new
Alright.
stables.
Yep, use the stables that apparently have been there all along.
Bicycle lock around the horse's neck.
Wait, what?
The bike lock on so it doesn't get stolen.
Yeah, you know.
the rope of entanglement. I entangle the horse to the stable.
Oh god.
Oh damn it! All right. So
Inside the Adventurers Guild.
Enter the guild house.
Later, I have an idea for a rope Omni for you.
okay.
Oh, dear.
Very short, but
I had a lot of fun nights of starting with that sentence.
Oh, everybody's in the office.
Yep.
Is Eustace Jr. in there? Or...
No, Eustace Jr. is currently by this window.
So we
Good
don't
for
have a
him.
quorum. Clearly, if we're missing our walking bush, we don't have a full complement.
Very true. All right, I
We
need
can't
to
have a vote.
I need to play serious music for this. Do I have any?
Dun,
serious
dun,
music?
dun.
I have the Spider's Den.
Luigi's Mansion.
Eterna's there. Is Oswald?
Oswald is not there.
Okay.
Upon entering, you could see people because the door was open, and you could see people in the room. You could see Eterna's branches off the side.
Yeah.
And you head on in. Sinbad is sitting at his desk. Sylvia is sitting at her desk on the desk. Sinbad sees you come in. Hey, come on in. Good to see you here.
Good to be back. By the time we got your message, Klaus, Rasheen, and Lucian had left on another errand, but we sent them ascending, so hopefully they'll be along soon.
Yeah. All right. I really hoped they would be here by now, but we'll deal with what we can. Spoons, if you could you close the door? Yes. Door close. And Spoons closes the door.
No, Spoons cannot. It is just a picture.
True. I can't even. Oh, no, I can move it.
Grab. Rotate.
Yeah. There we go. Door closed.
Boots just rips it off its hinges.
Whoops. Spoons forgot strength.
The rare strength rogue you hear about every now and again.
So everybody's kind of standing along the table. Eterna is just barely fitting in the back. She is pretty much crouched down. Sinbad has the most serious face you've seen on a Dragonborn, which, considering his previous very jovial demeanor, is very, very jarring at first. I appreciate you all coming here on short notice. I've had a busy past few days, and I'd like to say before we start, you three, points to, of course, the three of you, I want to congratulate you and thank you very much. I'm glad you're part of the team now, fully recognized. Sorry I couldn't be here for the celebration, but desperate times called for my attention. Anyways, brought you all in today because we have a bit of a problem, and that is putting it lightly, based on things that we have been informed of. In fact, you three actually know, Oswald recently left to go check on the rest of the Druid circle as he was informed of something rather severe. Well, Sylvia heard back from him, and suppose I'll just read you the message he left. Dearest Sinbad, it is with grave tidings I would like to inform you of my discovery having visited the Druids. It appears that the Druids of the Circle of the Moon have made a rather alarming discovery. The moon itself, as you might have potentially noticed, has stopped moving across the sky, and has now stopped in its rotation directly above our continent. This was initially gravely concerning, but became even worse once we were informed the moon has actually now inched closer to the surface of our world. At this moment, you see a couple of people in the room kind of shuffle uncomfortably, look to each other and kind of go, what?
Well, worth shuffling. If it's coming here, we're not ducking it. Missed by that much.
Well, don't worry. If Spoon just makes the saving throw, he can just reduce the damage, right?
Actually, he's got evasion as a rogue. He would avoid all damage entirely.
Exactly.
His reflex saving throw. But Spoon being alive does nothing for my health.
This is true. But he can revive you.
It's a level druid, Spoon.
Reincarnate.
Okay. The moon has stopped moving, is hovering over the continent, and is getting closer.
That is what we understand so far. How close it's going to get is not exactly certain. According to what I was able to learn, the Moon Druids have estimated it is moving very, very slowly currently. We have to hope that it doesn't get any faster, nor does it get much closer. But regardless, this unfortunately ties in with some other rather disturbing claims we've had recently, and encounters with the individuals who have been contracting lunacy. These individuals claiming that the moon is going to bring our ruin are starting to hold a little more truth than I'd like to hear.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what exactly other magical properties or dangerous circumstances this means for us, but we do know one thing. Moon's getting closer, and that's a bit of a problem if you consider a lot of different things. Now, I've never really encountered anything like this before, so I'm a little uncertain of what our approach is going to be here. But, oh, Moon's haunted.
Moon's haunted.
But I actually recently got in contact with the other heads of the other adventurers guilds, informed them of the circumstances, and we have begun to send out members as feelers to try to acquire information and figure out whatever we can. Considering the nature of our predicament, first things first, he leans forward on the table. I want to make it very, very clear we are to keep this as quiet as possible. Many people have already noticed the fact that the moon hasn't been moving much, but nobody's really certain that it's getting closer, at least not yet. Naturally, we do not want on a large scale the news of moons getting closer to spread like wildfire, as that could cause panic amongst people. So we need to keep our investigation as subtle as possible. As such, I'd like all of you to make whatever kind of effort you can
into investigating what kind of phenomenon could cause this. Naturally, we do have a few leads, but not a lot of them are getting as close as we'd like. Especially considering the only people we know that have any information about any potential incident this is going to cause are currently babbling insane inside of dungeons from visions they've been having that have been causing them to go mad.
Not making eye contact with her during this.
I might have been looking at her. Not eye contact, but looking at him.
He does at this moment look over to her.
My friend. I don't mean to pressure you, and if it's anything private, I understand you keeping quiet. During our, little scenario in town several days ago, or I think actually this one would be a couple of weeks ago. I thought it was a week and a half. I don't know, I'm not keeping track of time. That man in town who started contracting lunacy on the spot. He mentioned you. Said he saw you. Do you have any idea what he could have possibly been meaning?
Yeah, I think I've been having the same dreams that lunacy people have when they go crazy. Pretty much all I see is Moon crashing into... kind of like waves his hand around like everything.
So you've been having these visions, yet you've managed to maintain your sanity. You are a warlock,
Can't
right?
lose something you never had.
Don't know what that is.
Does a mysterious voice kind of like talk to you or give you powers?
Once?
Okay. No idea who it is?
Oh. I turn around, raise the hood. I saw it in the sky the first night I came out of my burrow. Hasn't talked to me or anything since, but this thing gives me my powers.
Huh. So, in your vision, as you probably have had the most clear idea of what happens, what exactly does happen? Moon just comes down? Does it just crash into our planet? A lot of the people with lunacy have been claiming some sort of explosion, some sort of green light.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
Yeah, notably in your dream, what happened is it crashed into this giant spire and caused just this enormous explosion of green light that just wiped everything out in front of you.
I completely forgot that part.
Yeah, I figured I'd remind
Were
you.
there a lot of doors on this spire?
Maybe a tower of sorts.
In his vision, it was very hard to tell. He just knew it was a very tall black spire. It was too far away to tell. But do you clarify this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Black Spire. Well, that can be only one thing.
Music comes to a halt. Actually, hold on.
The bard in the background stops playing.
Could that be
Is he staring at us intently?
Eyes closed, then open wide.
the Tower of Doors?
Bum, bum, bada!
And roll credits.
And roll credits.
Pause, down, 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 save, quit.
That's
Teleport to the temple of the round.
Yeah, here you go.
That's strange. I mean, I'm assuming that's what it means, considering there's no other giant obsidian spires in the center of our country other than that one. What could that have to do with the moon? Maven, do you have any ideas? Tower door connected to the moon at all?
The small owl cleric over there.
No, not as far as I've seen. The tower is a mysterious place, yes, but it has no connection to the moon as far as our worship concerns.
Okay. Still, considering her circumstances, I can't ignore the potential connection. Huh. So then, I'd like to ask you all, if you could, split up as much as you feel comfortable, and we need to spread out and learn as much as we can. We have 3 overarching problems. Number 1, why is the moon getting closer? Number 2, why is this potentially connected to the increasing cases of lunacy and other strange phenomenon going on our world at the same time? And 3, what this has to do with Ur's visions. That's what we know right now, and again, please, keep this quiet. We don't know what this means. We don't know how bad this can get. The last thing we need is for everyone to start freaking out. That's not going to be of any help to anyone. You know your orders? You know your mission. Good luck.
People do start to leave the room at this point, but Sinbad does speak.
You and anyone you normally travel with, if you could stick around for a moment, I do have something else I'd like to talk to you about.
Okay.
Everybody starts leaving.
I leave.
Man, it's a good thing we don't normally travel. See ya.
You could leave if you so desired.
I cast mirror image and leave one of them here.
I cast shatter.
Viva la resistance.
So, have you had this dream frequently?
No, only 3 times.
Okay. When was the last time you had it?
The day the man with lunacy talked to me in the square.
I see. That coincides with a lot of reports we've had. No new cases of lunacy thus far. Any dormant cases we haven't noticed. Just about everyone erupted around the same time. Yet yours didn't make you go nuts. I mean, well, unless of course you are and you're just very well in control of your senses, of which I applaud you. But...
Thank you.
So the spire. Was there anything else that happened in your dream? Any other messages maybe even your patron tried to tell you? If you don't,
Yeah, I forgot about the save her thing.
Yeah, I was gonna reiterate. I know it's been a while. I don't blame you if you forgot.
I also have shit memory, finger gun.
That's fine. So you tell him to
yeah.
save her?
Yeah, and mention that it's the Knoll 2 we fought, said it.
Which actually, the other 2 in the room don't know that.
Oh.
I assumed everyone heard it.
Okay. That's concerning. So, that's weird.
Save her.
Nothing else other than those 2 words? If you said anything, I didn't hear it.
Nope.
Okay. If I'm to make assumptions or theories, I would assume that's likely your patron sending you a message. Or maybe it's your patron trying to make sense of things for you. As if other individuals have heard the message, that leads me to think maybe it wasn't explicitly meant for you. Regardless, we also don't know if your patron is benevolent or malevolent. We don't know if maybe they're shielding you from the vision's influence, or they're sending you the messages directly. Something I really would advise you keep a good close eye on. Now, another question for you, though. And please, you can be totally honest with me. These are closed doors, and I understand we have to do things outside of the law for the better of everyone. Have you frequently been casting divination magic by chance?
That would be
think
me.
so.
Oh, you have, Jane. And you've not suffered any of these visions?
None whatsoever.
Huh. Well, that creates some counter knowledge. So, you haven't cast any divination, and yet you got the visions. This is strange, but we'll keep track of this for now.
Do you know where this theory that divination magics cause lunacy came from? Who first proposed it?
It was about 80 years ago, actually. It was, actually King Loridan. He started an investigation. The old King of Valios, as you may know.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to his death, with the rising cases, and by rising I mean subtly, but Loridan was always a man to nip things in the bud. He started an investigation as to what was causing these random people to kind of go nuts. It was his connection, actually, as he started to notice a trend of people who had practiced the art of divination were more likely cases for developing this syndrome. While I fully admit I also have my doubts, as considering, well, yes, many of the individuals contracting this syndrome are diviners. There are also others that we can't create a direct parallel to.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, we don't actually have many other diviners within this guild. You seem to be the only one capable of casting much of that magic. I won't tell you to not use it, but by all means, be careful if you start feeling weird.
Yeah. Sure. I'm skeptical. As a matter of fact, it suddenly occurs to me that if I had some great evil, nefarious plan to draw on arcane energies from the nether and crash the moon into the world, I'd want to discourage people from finding out why and how that's happening.
That's...
Scaring everyone out of divination magic would be a great way to do that.
That's actually a very good theory, now that I think about it. Noted. Granted, again, we don't even know the implications of what this event is.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know, hundreds of people having this vision of an apocalypse all at the same time. Can't say I'm an expert at this, but that seems a little strange.
Mm-hmm.
So, we received a message instructing you to save her, an individual we're currently unaware of. And in your vision, you witnessed the moon crash into the Tower of Doors. Well, that gives us one lead at least. We need to figure out if anything strange is happening to that place. Well, more strange than usual, I would say. Are perhaps any of you familiar with that location?
I've seen a map, have an idea where it is, but never been around there. As a matter of fact, I was going to ask. Is it dangerous around there?
Not as far as I've had experiences.
Okay.
If you do want to look into this, I would recommend you speak to Benjamin at the library. He's actually quite a big fan of... what was his name again? Prescott? A professor that did a large-scale investigation about the tower itself, wrote a series of books about it. Benjamin's a bit of a nerd when it comes to that, and he'd have a lot of information to tell you. I myself have visited the tower maybe twice. Didn't dare to enter any of the doors, but I can tell you by all accounts, not really much in terms of defense there, or anyone waiting to ambush, or even anyone protecting it. Just the tower itself.
And you never went in, so it's a tower, it's got doors. I'm guessing somebody's gone in.
Indeed.
What happened to them?
A number of things. As far as I've heard, people magically disappearing and never being seen again. People have potentially reported entering a door and appearing thousands of miles in the other direction. Some people entering and then leaving, having seen some shit. Aside from that, I don't quite know the specifics. It's never really been my forte.
All right. Well, we can go talk to Benny over at the library. And looks like we're taking the cart on a road trip, boys.
And I'd like to first say, I really wish your first few weeks with us wasn't potentially investigating an apocalypse by any accounts, but I really appreciate any support you can give us.
I've been curious about this for a bit, so I'm glad to get involved. Not glad about, the pending apocalypse, but
Well, we'll do what we can. Sylvia, we need to send out some more letters. You got them written out yet?
Yes, Sinbad, I do. We can start working on that. Jane, I apologize. I actually haven't received a letter back from Hillfoot yet. Considering what just occurred with the Druid Circle, I wouldn't be surprised if he was a bit behind.
I can imagine. As a matter of fact, I was going to send him a second letter, but now that seems kind of pointless. Or at least it needs to get rewritten. Maybe I'll send it rather after I visit the tower. Ooh, maybe I'll tell them I'm visiting the tower in case they have thoughts of doing the same. Would you mind if I send another letter tonight before we leave tomorrow?
We can make that happen. I have to make some deliveries myself tonight.
Great. All right, I'll give you a fresh copy of the letter edited for current content there, Omni.
Sure. Anyways, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. In the meantime, I gotta go speak with the mayor.
All right. Shall we go visit the library, or do you guys have some other business you want to check out?
I'm good with the library. I don't have anything on the table
All right.
Same.
to look into right now.
All right. Let's hit the library.
All this knowledge is very above me. Not
Not
meant to be a pun.
All right.
Stuff that right fucking now.
So you head on over to the library then, and decent amount of people in the library today. You actually notice you can hear him talking. Mr. Sir Talks a Lot is giving a seminar.
Yeah, but what about the apprentice?
Well, if she's there, you can't immediately see her.
Okay.
As you enter into the library, of course, Benjamin is there, deep in a book, looks up at you.
Same business as usual. No talking loud. I do recognize that the professor over there is giving a seminar. Please do not interrupt that. No dirtying books, blah, blah, blah. You know the rest.
Sinbad told us that you were quite knowledgeable on the library's collection on books concerning the Tower of Doors.
The Tower of Doors, you say? The Tower of Doors, you say?
Library, and you're disturbing the seminar.
Right, sorry. I just normally get very excited when someone mentions that. Very few people do, actually, but... Well,
Yes.
if you're curious about the Tower of Doors, by all means.
As he reaches down and pulls up 3, solid black volume books and very delicately puts them on the table.
This
Alright.
might be exactly what you're looking for.
All right. So I'm curious especially about any magic phenomenon or auras related to the tower.
If you'd like, I can give you a summary of my readings.
Sure, yeah. And then perhaps with that summary and pointing which of the 3 books it's in, I'll go look for more details in those areas that you highlight for me. Thanks so much. Yes. So yes, magic auras and rituals around regarding the tower or involving the tower. Any connections between the tower and astronomical phenomenon? Any connections between the tower and psychic phenomenon?
He will now give you a brief summary
Alright.
about the Tower of Doors.
That's a campaign that we're playing.
Title drop. The Tower of Doors is an immense obsidian spire that reaches nearly 20,000 feet into the air. Enormous, up to the point that you would not be able to breathe near its top. It is 200 feet across on all sides, cubic shape. By all accounts, any and all attempts at excavations to see if the tower travels further below have led to the understanding that it only reaches about 500 feet below. Any attempts to get closer have actually been met with extreme difficulty, as the rock surrounding the base of the tower is nigh impenetrable. By all accounts, a spire that tall doesn't really make sense to exist quite like it is, which indicates a potential, maybe magical or even divine phenomenon of its creation. The most notable aspect of the tower, of course, is the thing that gives it its namesake: the near countless doors actually covering the outside of it. Covering its entire being are countless magical doors of various shapes and sizes, from steel gates to wooden hatches to your bargain bin oak door. These doors are rather unique in that they exhibit a number of anomalous properties. Every 3 hours, the doors begin to slightly shake and then levitate off the tower to reassemble themselves over the course of 30 minutes. They detach, float to other locations of the tower, swapping locations with other doors, rest back onto the tower, and then become stable. Message. Monsters Inc. theme plays. This is Monsters Inc. The Tower. You best believe there was inspiration there.
Are there stairs or steps to all the doors? Because I'm guessing the doors aren't all at ground level.
There is not. And that is one of the things that has made the Tower of Doors so difficult to actually fully examine, is the fact that actually scaling the tower is extremely difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Can you stand in a doorway as it's moving?
Here's the thing about the doors.
You need a little girl to power it.
You need to scream. Upon entering through a door on the tower, you will witness a swirling gray void. If you attempt to stand in this void, once the doors begin to move, it will actually not so much as eject you, but you will just be outside of the door at that moment. You won't remember how it happened, you'll just blink, and that door is now leaving. People have actually been able to cling on to the doors as they begin to move. Many of these people have attempted this and then fell to their deaths, but it is possible. But once you open a door, you will witness a swirling gray void within it. Until all of you and everything and everyone you are connected to enters fully through that door, you won't see anything except for that. Once you actually close the door, the memories of the gray void become faint, and you perceive yourself as if you had naturally walked through a normal doorway. As soon as this effect is perceived, you are now on the other side of wherever that door led to in the world, having magically appeared there with no other explanation. If you attempt to go back through the door the other way, you will discover that you are now where that door actually is. The doors do not directly coincide with the door they lead to. So, for example, you may enter into a wooden door and come outside of a steel gate. However, it does appear that there is a door on the tower for every other door that exists in the world, as people have noted that the actual volume of doors has increased as the centuries and the millennia have gone by, as more and more doors have been created, which indicates it does have some sort of spatial awareness over the continent it resides. As for magical properties of the tower, it appears to be not only physically invulnerable due to some sort of strange force field surrounding it, it immediately absorbs any magical attack or effect against it. Any attempt at magically damaging the tower has people witness a sort of strange haze barrier suddenly appear as the effect dissipates. Many have tried to topple it as a feat of strength, but it does appear to have some sort of property that prevents damage against it having any lasting effect.
Any notes about green light at any time?
Indeed. People have noticed that occasionally, once the doors start to activate, there is a slight green shimmer that travels across the tower. Now, Benjamin explains that the 3 books he provides are actually 3 out of 6. These are volumes written by Professor Arundel Prescott, an elven explorer and professor who dedicated the later studies of his life to uncovering the secrets of the Tower of Doors. Out of the 6 books, of course, he has the first 3. The remaining 3, their locations are unknown. He is actually unaware of where those books might be. He desperately has searched for them and wants them, but he has not had any success in that regard. He does know, however, that apparently, at the end of Book 6, it was noted that Prescott was found dead outside of the tower prior to finishing the book, and one of his apprentices, named Marith Phelan, finished the book based upon the notes he had on his body and any other theoretical evidence he had on him. Benjamin has actually tried to search out for this Marith. However, any and everyone he's ever spoken to about her location has indicated that she also has gone missing. The Book 1 has a summary about the properties of the doors. For example, what happens once you enter one, where you end up, the inability to travel back through. Book 2 explains the time schedule of the door rotation in a relative scale. Prescott indicated that he did not discover any sort of anomaly to its timing. It was very much on schedule at all times. And then Book 3 is various fundamental properties in the tower itself, plus his own personal theories as to what all of this may be, what it means. However, whatever the remaining 3 books he had explain are unknown, as Benjamin has never gotten his hands on them. In the theories aspect, it actually explains some investigations and interviews Prescott had with many people who had actually attempted to travel through the Tower of Doors itself. For most people, they enter through a door and have ended up somewhere random on the continent, either exiting out of some public inn or accidentally entering a door into some fishing shack off the coast. However, some people have been far less lucky, and some have actually exited out of a door over 5,000 feet in the air, were unable to grab back onto the tower, and fell to their deaths. Others entered through a door and their bodies were never seen or found anywhere else, indicating they might have landed somewhere that was not favorable and died.
Are there any stories of somebody walking through a door somewhere else in the world and finding themselves at the tower?
As far as both Benjamin and the books, these 3 books can tell you, no one has ever had that experienced.
Okay.
The Tower of Doors appears to be a one-way street.
Man, it sure sucked to just go through a door and come out from a pirate ship all the way at the bottom of the ocean.
Which may or may not be entirely possible.
I don't see why not.
And
Door's intact.
Prescott had no theories about any indicators on the door that would tell you where it was going?
One thing he did note is, although the doors did not directly correlate to the door you exited out of, they were consistent. So for example, in one instance, he walked through a wooden door with the shape of a heart on it, thought he might end up in some old granny's kitchen or something, and ended up inside of a jail cell in Crewbath. He did this twice, found that door again, and still ended up in the jail cell. So while the doors do not resemble the ones they lead to, they always exit
The same
into
door
the
always
same
goes to the
door.
same place. All right. Cool. He doesn't have a list in his book of what doors he's gone through.
Unfortunately, no. As Benjamin indicates, he believes that is what is included in the further volumes.
Yeah.
As near the end of book 3, he explains his next objective is to enter through doors with some safety measures in place depending on where he's going to exit out of, and try to find out and catalog as many door entry points and exits as possible. Considering there are an absurd amount of doors on this tower, considering it's 20,000 feet tall,
Yep.
he knows he likely won't get through all of them, but he wants to try to find as many rather interesting ones as possible.
Phelan, his apprentice, and Prescott and Phelan, were they associated with a particular college or institution or association or anything?
Well, Prescott was, he was a professor of mostly interdimensional travel. He had actually gone to the Feywild and actually ended up in Mechanus of all things at one point. Claims he barely got out of there alive, but I was very curious to hear about the rest of that story. He lived for a few centuries, actually. Elven man, of course. And, yes, that was his main focus, of course, was to understand the meanings and the machinations of transitional displacement, travel, teleportation, dimensional travel. The Tower of Doors was, of course, his most ambitious project, considering how relatively dangerous the place seems to be. His apprentice simply just worked under him, presumably under the same field, but unfortunately not as much is known about her as there is known about him.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems possible she tried to continue his work and wasn't so lucky.
That is a distinct possibility. Or, as my personal theory goes, she found his studies and found out he found something about the tower that he didn't want people to know. I mean, think about it, come on. Giant obsidian spire in the middle of our country. Thousands and thousands of doors. Clearly one of those has to go to something crazy. Maybe it was something too much for him to handle. Maybe she didn't
How
want
long
people
ago
to find out.
How long ago did he write these?
Did he die?
Oh, he died about 80 years ago at this point.
80 years ago, you don't say.
Are you noting some sort of connection?
Well, it's pure speculation right now, and I wouldn't want to insult your intelligence by asking you to waste time on it. But I'll as soon as there's more that I can confirm and provide some evidence, I'll be happy to share it with you.
Well, I would love that, thank you. Anything about the Tower of Doors fascinates me.
Mm-hmm. Did Prescott ever spend time in the court of Valios?
Oh, surely he did. He frequently visited Valios. Apparently was actually well known with King Lordan himself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
In fact, Lordan would often send him out on various missions of discovery and understanding. Some even say that his very project with the Tower of Doors itself was a command from Lordan. Lordan was always someone to, immediately jump on something as soon as he thought something was particularly dangerous or concerning. But he himself could not legally do anything to the Tower of Doors himself. I don't know if you know anything about the legality of the tower itself, but it actually resides in the very center corner, of all four corners of all four kingdoms. This did result in a large number of wars and squabbles about the tower's ownership. But inevitably, they discovered that the tower was too unpredictable of a location and its beneficial function to society made it less desirable. They all decided to make it a gray area legally, keep it off limits. It's actually the only one place that has no laws. Many people have actually tried to enter into the tower and use it for their own means, and promptly ended up in a volcano somewhere.
Well, yeah, it's kind of hard to enter if all the doors actually go somewhere else.
That is very true.
Right.
Oh, and let's see. They did note here that there were apparently reports from various eyewitnesses who have visited the tower that there's a gentleman who appears when people visit it. However, this apparently never happened to Prescott. He stayed there many days and many nights in hopes to see this man, but never actually appeared before him. This man seemingly introduces people to the tower, maybe even shows them various things about it, either escorts them to or away from it based on who they are.
But he never showed up and did neither with Prescott.
No, never visited Prescott. Maybe he knew Prescott already knew what he needed to know.
Does this person have a name?
As far as Prescott found out, he did not. Never gave his name to anyone.
As this happens, from around the corner, you actually see a rather bright orange-haired young lady kind of shuffle on over.
Hey guys. Hi.
Agatha.
So,
I give her a little wave.
She waves back.
how have you guys been? You been doing a lot more adventures?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did a little security for a show up at Stradon.
The
Followed up
necromancer carpenter.
Chased after the druid who was responsible for that thing we fought with you.
Did you finally beat him up?
Started to, but like a lot of bad guys, he not only had some nasty surprises for a fight, but he had a sure way out. He escaped, unfortunately.
Dang.
Yeah, although his mentor, so a pretty capable druid himself, is trying to track him down right now. So I'm reasonably confident he'll come to justice. And how are you?
Well, I wanted to thank you for giving me this opportunity. Foreign's, well, he's a bit of a blabbermouth if it's not obvious, but he's also very easy to get on his own train of thought. And when he gets so enveloped into it, he doesn't notice the little apprentice going and reading from the wide selection of magic books here at the library.
Excellent.
And I don't mean to brag, but
As she does a little snap of her fingers and you see a couple of little tiny sparks come out.
I'm working on it.
Excellent. Well, if you're managing to do that on your own, then certainly as you start to understand things, it'll probably come a lot faster and easier. You keep working.
She gives you a big old smile. Benjamin then returns your attention to him.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about potentially taking a look at the Tower of Doors, certainly you could give that a look first, but my biggest advice would be potentially look into where these other 3 volumes are.
Mm-hmm.
As for any hints about that, I can tell you, as far as around here, there's been nothing. I've tried to get into contact with all the neighboring towns and cities, and unfortunately everything came up short. I've even asked Sinbad about it, but he's not found anything about it. Wherever these books are, they're well hidden, but surely someone's got to know something.
Have you made any inquiries up in Valios?
As far as I could get. Sadly, the couriers there aren't very good at actually getting their messages to where they belong.
Right.
Not to mention, you
Yeah,
have to actually get through the mountains of those poachers, and they've been getting worse as of late, as I've heard.
Mm-hmm. Well, certainly if I find anything, I will do my best to share with your library.
That would be very appreciated. Both for the sake of the library and my own personal interests.
Of course. I
One
assume you've
small
seen Agatha
question.
around a little bit at the library?
Oh, she's a bit of a troublemaker for sure, but she's under Foreign's watch. Can't be quite that bad.
No. I suspect if you can point her to interesting and instructional works on magic and adventuring, you'll find her quite engrossed in her reading material for a time, and that may reduce her mischief.
That is the current plan, in fact. She did not find the magic section by herself. That's for certain. That was my doing.
Thank you.
She claims to be so different from Foreign, when really their enthusiasm is almost equal.
I can vouch that she can be quiet.
Thank goodness for that.
As you notice, Foreign is still talking. It doesn't even sound like he's taken a breath in the meantime.
Oh, I give him shit, but the man's actually a genius. Knows almost every single language there is to know. Claims to be the world's greatest linguist.
Many
I
jokes.
speak in what I know is abyssal, but her does not. Nobody knows what this is.
Chikara, you had a question?
Yes. It was more of a just if it's mentioned in the book. Does the door you come out of have to be a closed door? Is this known?
You know, that's a great question.
If said door is opened and you go through that familiar door, you know, will it just tell you no?
As it was explained by Prescott in the book, the times he actually ended up in the jail cell in Crewbath, he was able to open the door, close the door, presumably came out of the door into the cell and the door closed, and then the door was locked.
Interesting.
Whatever property that involves you going through that door apparently overrides the state of that door and then corrects itself.
Interesting.
So-
Quantum doors.
Monstrous doors, even.
Presumably, you can enter through any door in the entire world if you know which one to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the working theory. There's a door on the tower for every door in the world.
All right, guys. We set up a business. The Tower of Fast Travel.
Admittedly, that is a benefit.
Yeah.
If you know how to use the tower properly, you can use that to traverse the country very fast. Of course, you run into the two big problems of, one, you need to then find that door again once it moves out of thousands of them within a reasonable time. And two, you need to be able to get to it.
Yep.
Alright, so one person walks through, both people have sending stones. Person who remains gets told where it is and then carves it into the door with a dagger. Assuming it's wooden.
The problem
I can
is,
see the message from the sending stone. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Must be dwarven.
Guys, good news. I exited through this beautiful golden door. Bad news is, the golden door was a part of a dragon's treasure hoard, and it knows.
I'm sure it happens a lot. You can probably just say sorry, tower doors, and he's like, aight.
Honestly, does not happen as much as you'd think. Probably because most people don't like going through a tower that has a reputation of kicking you out over 5,000 feet in the air.
question.
They cowards?
Answer.
Has anyone perceived the door? This is like I'm asking in Chikara.
In character.
Yeah. Has anyone perceived the tower to grow larger, maybe like taller, or has it just gotten more crowded?
As far as these notes indicate, it has gotten only more crowded. The tower itself has always been the height it is.
Okay.
What if someone literally just makes doors until it's full, like 24/7?
The carpenter, we
Hey.
caught him.
Stop the evil plan.
Trying to cause a stack overflow on the Tower of Doors.
It'll cause an underflow then and go to one door. It works perfectly.
Well, it's kind of curious to think. What does happen when it runs out of space?
The moon comes crashing down on it.
Maybe. Or maybe it shrinks the doors. This is the Tower of Photoshop.
I'm also fascinated what the tower believes is a door, because a gel cell is a door.
Indeed. And in the book, Prescott mentions some of them are like hatches into like a wine cellar.
Mm-hmm.
And rather curiously, he has actually described entering through a door and then finding himself climbing down a ladder.
Right.
Despite the fact that would by all accounts be impossible, but because he does not remember initially going down the ladder, but he has found himself in the process of climbing down it, as he would have obviously needed the intent to do so.
So it's one of those things. So a hatch in the floor would be considered a door.
Indeed.
Seems to be something that can open and close that gates entry.
Yep.
Fascinating.
All right. So yeah, the point of going looking for the books first is actually probably pretty smart, because right now we don't have the resources to be able to handle stepping out of a door that's 5,000 feet in the air, or 5,000 feet under the sea.
Well, maybe you don't, because I don't either.
Yeah.
We just use the cart.
It's true.
He has also mentioned in this book, one of the doors he entered was actually ended up out the other side of the gate into the Feywild.
So even interdimensional.
Indeed. It appears
Fascinating.
that it can grant you entry into other planes.
You know, I don't like that. Someone could just show up in my room.
Oh, you guys could be on the road. You could have, like, imagine you had a full, like, cart, like a really fancy cart, and it had a door in it. And all of a sudden, some random asshole could just enter into your cart while you're full speed.
All of a sudden, aren't we glad we got the simple canvas covered door instead of an actual proper carriage? See, good thing we didn't buy the carriage.
But now I'm wondering, what decides which side you come out of the door?
That is the other thing. It was mentioned sometimes he would exit out of a door and be outside. Sometimes he would exit out of a door and go inside. Now
I wonder if there's a...
they were consistent. Whenever you entered through the door on the tower, you would always still end up the same way you exited. So, like, if you went through the same door twice, the first time you exit out of a building, the second time you would also exit out of the building.
Right.
I'm wondering if there's 2 doors for every door now.
Possibly. That is not, however, written in these books.
Well, it would be...
Just write it in the book and it's real.
Ultimately, it would be almost impossible to really do. You would just have to try to come out to the same area and on the different side.
And naturally, as it occurs, as far as Benjamin has informed you, he made it his, like, the last thing he ever did was do a full investigation of this tower. Presumably, throughout the third, actually, no, wait, how long was it? I actually had this written. A lot of the first and third book actually dictate a large number of the doors he went in. He does say at the end of book 3, his next volume is going to heavily get into classifying the various doors he's gone through and their results.
So these books do describe some of the doors he's gone through and where they went.
Yes, and it does actually indicate a level of physical description of what that door actually looks like.
Okay. Do we want to copy those notes?
It would take you some time, as this was very thorough, but yes.
Guys, what do you think? Is it worth spending a few days in the library transcribing some stuff?
I don't think so yet.
Okay. Any you wouldn't happen to remember off the top of your head like this whether he ever described doors that took him to Valios safely?
Let's see.
He starts kind of like flipping through.
Oh, there is actually this one here. Yes, it says he ended up in. It says he ended up in a noble's bathroom. Yeah, right here. It's a stone door with a sundial inscribed on it.
Okay. Well, you know, what are the odds we see that door out of all the doors on there? But in case we get lucky, good to know.
And how precisely would you get to it if you saw it up higher? Is the other problem.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Now, Prescott was, he did dabble, of course, in a number of form of magics. In fact, the reasons he was even able to get to some of the doors and safely fall out of them is he did know levitation magics.
Mm-hmm.
Such would be something intelligent to invest in if you were planning on actually jumping through doors.
Indeed. That's true. We wouldn't even need full-on flying magic. Even just levitation magic would be good. Good to know. All right. Do we need any more, guys, or do we feel like we've got enough to get started?
I think that's enough.
All right. So, any thoughts on where we should go next?
Absolutely none.
And
I'm thinking... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, and at this point, you now know that one of your objectives is to try to investigate the phenomenon of the moon, and your best lead right now is that it has some sort of involvement with the Tower of Doors. Thus,
Yes.
the title of this campaign has been dropped, and I now ask, what is it you would like to do?
Well, that's
Open
what
the
I'm starting
barrel.
to plan.
Indeed. I just
So
wanted
I'm
to say that because
thinking-
now it's what's your story? What's your angle?
Yep.
I must replace as the Moon King.
Just imagine this whole time is just the fucking he was a demigod from the moon or some bullshit.
could be or wouldn't know.
I sent you a joke saying like, man, what a shitpost if Shakara came from the moon.
Weird how you both have green energy though.
God, now, oh no, now I'm worried. Well, yeah, probably just try to look for leads in the book, and or try to find a druid fan going after the other druid. Both are problems.
Well, I'm really a little bit curious just to see. Let me look at the map here. Oh, we're not there.
I can read it.
So, sure. Thanks.
I think it's like a 6 or 7 day walk.
Yeah, to actually get to the tower from your position, as it is mostly plains and forests. Let's see.
So 10
Can
squares.
you guys see my ruler?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So from about there, that
10 squares.
is 10 squares. So that would be about a 10 days travel on foot. Naturally, on a cart, you're looking at a 150% efficiency. Now, the only problem, of course, is once you get about to here, man-made roads either go this way or they head down around this mountain. This is all not civilized land. That's going to be a lot more
Terrain.
difficult to cross. So that would turn you on horse to about a 1 square a day travel.
Right. So my thoughts are either, hey, let's go set eyes ourselves on the tower. Maybe we get lucky and the dude who shows up. And we can maybe learn a little more. And then I'm thinking if we get really lucky and we see a stone door with a sundial on it that's within reach, we can use it to get over here real fast.
We would need to leave the cart if we're going to do that.
That's true. Otherwise, the other option is we take the cart back up and travel up, because I'm thinking there's some stuff to be learned in Valios.
It was described that Prescott did speak with the old king.
That's right. Are we talking alone now? Is Benjamin gone?
You are still within the library.
Okay, let's head back to the guild and talk about this some more.
Okay.
After having learned from the theater that we really should be careful about assuming nobody's eavesdropping. So, the old king started being worried about lunacy being tied to divination magic 80 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Which is when Prescott disappeared or was killed investigating the tower. Now, sure, it could just be a coincidence. Two separate things in our story happened 80 years ago.
It should also be noted, I will add to this for your historical knowledge, that the first case, documented case of lunacy occurring, or at least anything similar, was 100 years ago. They have progressively spiked more and more as time has gone on, and as of recently, the largest scale spike on known record occurred.
So, and there seems to be a tenuous connection between visions of the moon hitting the spire itself, Prescott investigating it, Prescott being asked to investigate it by the king being concerned about lunacy. All those things come together 80 years ago in Valios.
And so you are in the inn right now, and have you gone anywhere to discuss this, or are you just in the commons room?
No, we're at the guild.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the guild.
It's the place where everybody knows everything. So yeah, we're probably just in the. Hopefully, can get a pint and chat this over. Yeah. So yeah, if somebody wants to eavesdrop, they can.
There are. That doesn't matter.
But I also don't invite people to the conversation because it's so speculative right now.
Yep. Eterna is actually outside. Spoons is not within common view. And then the groupies are groupieing.
Yeah, let's grab an empty table and have our chat. But if folks want to come in and eavesdrop, or if they hear something and want to chat about it, I won't shoo them away. So yeah, I'm thinking, let's go take a look at the tower, and then let's head north to Valios. That's my thoughts on this.
Are we going to leave the cart? Because we risk the cart if we're actually looking for the door.
I don't think we'll go through the doors. We'll just go take a look, see if we meet the keeper of the tower. Just lay eyes on this place, see what we, see if we get anything from it. It's a bit of a detour instead of if we went straight to Valios, but I think it might be worth it.
All right.
Sure.
Also will help our cover story that we're scholars interested in the tower if we've actually been there.
True.
By the way, you guys haven't been, Valios will not be as comfortable as Deafold or Strida. It is the land where hoity meets toity.
Yeah, I'm probably going to stick out. I don't think I could pass for a scholar.
I'm 5.
Yeah. Hmm. You could definitely pass as my bodyguard.
I was gonna say
I'd want-
manservant. Bodyguard works too.
I'm on a field trip.
Um.
He's
Yeah,
the butler.
Yeah, he probably pulls the better job as the manservant. I will do my best not to be obnoxious about that. All right.
You're ball bearings, sir.
All right. So we're gonna need some food and supplies for a rather long trip.
Rocket ship. Sorry.
Probably like close to 2 weeks to get to the tower. And then call it 10 days. 10 days to the tower. And then another probably 2-week trip up to Valios. Now there's a couple of little towns on the way, so we can resupply there. But yeah. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
All right. Let's yeah, get some supplies, get some rest, and I guess we'll hit the road. Tomorrow?
Yeah, we can do that.
Sure.
And of course, remember, if there is any armaments you need, the guild does offer those for you. And if there's anything you wanted to buy from the stores, obviously you can just figure out whatever you may need. Bring it with you. So you guys are bringing the cart?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
The wagon? Yep.
There, the wagon. So that gives you a decent amount more to carry in terms of supplies.
Yeah.
I mean, you also do have a bag of holding as well, and you have your your box of bigness.
Question.
Answer.
I can't quite remember very well, but Goodberry was used in my presence, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to ask Eterna, or what was your name again?
Eterna.
Yeah,
you're right.
Eterna.
You're right.
Big tree.
Eterna.
Yep.
Okay, I was making sure. A lot of names lately in video games and stuff.
You want to ask Brenala about Radigan.
Yeah, Raban. I wanted to ask her if she could, just before we leave, maybe give us a Goodberry or two to help with the supplies.
Okay. Yeah, and they no longer have magic past today, but they're still food.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Just-
but after a day, are they just food? Like a good berry is like eating a berry, or is it still
Well-
got enough magic to be like a meal?
Ah, that's interesting. It says up to 10 berries appear in your hand, infused with magic.
So,
infused with magic
Out,
for the
out
duration.
of game.
Out of game.
Out of game, basically, we leave, she casts it, and then we eat it right when we go to bed or something. It'll be good for a while.
Okay. Because eating a berry restores 1 hit point, and the berry provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day. I would assume that is the magical property.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only a 24-hour food within the day you get it. So
Yeah,
like
24
whenever
hours
you eat it,
from
so
when
you
it
eat
was
it
cast.
if you eat it at the end of the day, you're good for the next day.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it gives us so you're right. 1 casting, if she gives us 6 berries, that covers 6 days worth of food because each of us would eat 1 on day 1 and also have it for day 2.
Of course.
All right. Oh, yeah. Still worth getting a casting of it. That's true.
And she would.
Happily oblige.
All right. And then, yeah, just some, let's get 2 weeks of rations each. Like, get 6 weeks of rations worth to put in the cart.
I don't remember how much those are.
It's
Ah,
actually
5
surprisingly
silver.
expensive.
Yeah.
5 silver.
Those
I
good
can buy
ass
one.
rations.
Because I don't think any of us are especially good foragers or hunters.
Nope.
Nar probably. This wouldn't be bad.
Though, in some of the towns we pass through, I could maybe curry some favor, being kind of a sight to see.
Well, yeah, and we are adventurers, so we will wind up looking for trouble and situations that we can help resolve for rewards and whatnot.
Speaking of food and stuff, I'm gonna go grab water.
All right, so let's see here. So, yeah, so if it's 5 silver, then so 10 days worth for the 3 of us would be 30 times that, so that'd be 15 gold. All right, I will purchase that 30 days worth of rations.
All right.
That's a lot of rations.
Well, that's 10 days. That feeds the 3 of us for 10 days.
That's true. I think I still have some rations left somewhere. Maybe I don't. Looks like I don't.
And I'm going to try, based on the schematic I have from Soleil, I'm going to start to buy what looks to be some of the hardest to come by materials. So I'm starting to build up my 200 GP worth of supplies.
Okay. That would be from good old Gromit.
Yep.
I can provide the best materials I have. Just let me know how much you're willing to buy.
Yeah, let's get 40 gold worth for now.
All right. He provides you 40 gold of nicer metal, good solid steel.
Yep. Actually, some of that will probably also be like some alchemical reagents and stuff, but I'll just put it down on my character sheet as 40 GP of gun supplies.
Yep, gunsmithing material,
Gun making
supplies.
Yeah, gun smithing stuff. All right. Perfect. Now I'm up to 35 days of trail rations. Now, obviously, anytime we can get something other than trail rations, that'll be good, but there we go. All right. And if there's actually some daylight left, I might put in some time with Gromit at the shop with him.
It would be very late at this point. You probably have like an hour.
Oh, okay. Nope. Then in that case, we're going to crash. Draft my letter to Hillfoot.
Yep.
And send it, but I'll write that for you later. And other than that, I'm going to be, get some rest so we can hit the road tomorrow.
Oh, seeing as it probably didn't happen, I would actually want to go try to check and see if Sinbad or Sylvia are around. I know it is late, so, if they're not, oh well.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
I was just going to inform them of our current plan so they know where we'll be.
Sylvia's not present. Sinbad is. So you can ask him about that.
Yeah, just cliff notes of, hey, we're gonna go see the tower for ourselves and then go up to village. I forget the name of it now.
Valios.
Which is actually like a grand city, noted for being the biggest city. Like Straeadun is nice. Straeadun is pretty big. Valios is the biggest and oldest of all the cities.
And snobbiest.
And snobbiest. Beyond snobby.
So seeing the tower and then going up there to maybe try to find out some information and maybe also find these extra other books that have apparently existed.
Yep.
And for him to keep an eye out if he hears anything about these books. Keep an eye out, keep an ear out.
Noted. I'll send you any messages if I hear about it. Good to know you're on tower team. I know right now, Rook, Erica, and Maven are actually going to investigate more links as to divination causing effects on lunacy. And the other team is actually going to try and look in with the Druids as much as they can. I know Benjamin, Rowena, and Flicker are still undecided as to what they're going to do. They might be on standby in case any news about this breaks out and we need any communal control going on. Not that I want it to come down to that by any account. But anyways, I wish you luck. Keep in contact. I'll have that sending stone on me at all times.
Yep.
Alright, and so you guys spend the night in your rooms?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm checking one thing first.
Okay.
How many charges does the sending stone get?
Let's see.
Ah, I see. Once it's done, you can't do it until next morning. Okay.
Yep.
So
Because
it's a
I'm
once per day kind of thing?
yeah,
All right.
once until the next dawn. Because I'm wondering, have we heard back from Klaus?
You have not.
We'll have to
Well,
send
next
her a
dawn,
message
I will
tomorrow.
send in Stone Klaus.
You could ask Sinbad if he had heard back, or anyone else.
That's true. I guess I'll ask around before bed for whoever's around.
Sinbad would tell you he did actually receive a sending from Klaus that Klaus would be arriving in town tomorrow.
Okay. As long as they're all right, that's all.
Do my nightly routine, tie the bucket to the doorknob, release the ball bearings.
You
Release
release the ball
them.
bearings. I love it.
I'm trying to find a great moment to actually use the barrel.
I'm gonna forget that you have it, and you're going to unleash it at the most beautiful moment.
I hope.
I have to
He's
actually
going to
give
forget
you.
he has it.
I have to
and
give you
unleash
a character sheet for the Mischief Monkey as well. Also, do you notice a property of them in their character sheet?
I don't know. I didn't read it closely.
You should check out what type of creature it is. It's funny.
Oh no. This could be interesting.
Ur's fucking pulling a Macaulay Culkin on his room. And when that egg
That's
timer
normal.
goes off, the bees.
I see.
They're not just monkeys.
Tiny fiends.
Oh!
They're fiends. They can be detected by detect evil and good.
Text evil and good. Chikara, why are you radiating all of a sudden?
I always was.
Alright. So, anything else before bed?
No.
Nope, I think we're good.
But according to this, the monkeys being tiny are 2.5 by 2.5 feet.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure that means they can occupy squares that other people are in.
Yes, they can. Yeah, they're small little boys. They're smaller than her.
Actually, they're 2.5 by 2.5. They're bigger than me.
No, because you're a small creature, you take up a 5-foot square. You may not measure it,
I'm
but
just
you take it up.
dense.
You're extremely wide.
You just might like lunge a little bit if you go to stab someone.
The monkeys are like,
Chihuahuas.
trying to think of the like actual monkey they are based off of, but
Howler monkeys.
Chihuahuas.
it'd be like a.
Uchin?
Yeah, I was about to say that's the name. I was trying to think. It's like capuchin. I think they're like capuchins. Yeah, they're like capuchins. Little funky boys. Little funky monkeys with hats. Alright. Well, if there is nothing else for the night, could you give me a perception check?
Don't worry, it's my best stat. Pretty good
see.
roll.
That is a pretty good
Consistent.
roll. All right. Make that work. Jay, whispers, please.
Great.
Beep. Hi.
Hey.
You are not asleep at this point. You can rest easy on that.
Great.
As you're starting to drift off, you swear you start hearing like a scratching noise. Like it's like a rapid like and then it stops.
And it's Jason.
And it's what?
And then it goes,
Oh.
and it's Jason.
It's Jason. I thought you said it was adjacent for a moment.
I mean, it might be.
It does sound like
I
it's
looked to see if
coming-
it's Nar first and foremost.
It is
Did I
not
knock you out?
Nar. Actually, with Nar being out, give Nar a perception.
Oh, that's much more likely.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nar's gonna hear something better than you're gonna hear anything.
I managed to.
Nar actually didn't hear it.
Nar's tired.
Yeah, Nar's tired. Nar's coiled up. You do hear a very, very faint scratching coming from beyond your door.
Okay, I walk slowly to not trip over my 1,000 ball bearings.
I assume you put them in the bucket, so that way. if
No,
some-
they're on the floor in case some. So there's 2 measures of defense.
So wait, you could actually put, like, because they can cover a total of 4 squares. You could have 2 squares in front of the door and the rest in the bucket.
That's actually a great idea.
You can just split your defenses.
So yes, that's what it is.
By the way,
And 1 outside the door is a warning. No. Well, not tonight at least. I'm going to start doing that because it's funny, but...
actually, I was about to say, if you trip over the ball bearings, they don't pursue you, but that's not fun. No, they will pursue you if you trip over them yourself, so just be careful.
Listen, I was raised in a kobold den. I know how to handle traps.
All right. So yeah, so you...
Actually, considering I cast Mage Hand and opened the door from... yeah, let's say here.
Okay. You very slowly open your door, and there is nothing outside of your door that you can see from here.
Well, okay, back to bed now. I walk up. Half speed to not trip over
Not
the
trip
ball
over
bearings.
Okay. You wait a little bit longer.
Yep, poke my head out.
Poke your head out. There is no one in the hall that you currently see. But then you hear the scratching coming again, and it's actually coming from the room opposite you. And that door, as you can see on it, has a nameplate on it for Erica, the goth elf who has very delicately written underneath that sign, "Stay out."
Well, I can only... I was looking at Awakened Mind to talk telepathy. I have to see someone to talk telepathy, so that wouldn't work. I will put my magic hand around her door handle, mostly close my door, and and like peek through so I can quickly close it in case she's pissed about this and try to deny it.
Okay. So where are you at the current moment this happens?
Like right here. It's like peeking through my door barely in case she's really angry about this.
Okay. So you slowly open the door, and all of a sudden, peeking out through the door is... it's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like the snout of something like very, very pale white. He's like squirming, like trying to get out.
I'll open the door more though.
Okay. You open the door more, and all of a sudden out pops a very small skeletal dog.
Hi there.
Do you actually say hi to it?
Yeah.
It
That's
immediately
interesting.
whips its attention towards you, small little bony tail wagging as it starts running over towards your door.
I will step outside
Okay.
so it doesn't trip over any marbles.
And you, I wonder if I should show this to the others so that way they're completely out of context, like, what the fuck? But I'm gonna hide it for now. But it's a very small, like, not quite Chihuahua style, but it's a little small
Half
skeletal
her
dog.
size.
Yeah, half your size. Very enthusiastic. Actually ends up kind of like jumping up on your shoulders.
Yeah, I pet it.
Mimicking that it's
And
trying...
make my page.
What?
Oh, I was about to say I pet it and make my mage hand pet it so it gets 3 pets because it's a good boy.
It wiggles. It is clearly like attempting to lick you, but it forgets it doesn't have a tongue.
Oh.
Another perception roll, please.
Mara's still asleep in the room, so just be me.
Okay.
Bam.
Now I need to check something. Oh wow, the character sheet's way different now. Okay. As you're petting the dog, you're very engrossed in petting this dog, but you are kind of looking around yourself pretty decently. And you don't notice that Erica is now standing right next to you.
Right.
And she is just looking down, like, eyes wide.
Do I now notice, or?
Oh no, you notice. You didn't notice until she was, like, right next to you, though.
Oh, hi. I know your door said keep out, but I heard scratching and I wanted to make sure nothing bad was happening in there.
She doesn't even speak a word. She reaches down, picks up the dog, goes into her room, steps out, closes the door, and then looks back at you.
So, first things first, I think you need to learn how to read. Second thing, I hope you understand, right now, you did not see anything. Do you understand me?
I don't know why you would need to keep that dog secret. It's really cute, but
I mean, yeah, it is, but I think it's fairly obvious the state of it.
oh right, necromancy's illegal.
You don't need to say that out loud. But you're not upset by it?
I mean, no, it's fine.
Okay. Good. Just look. I know it seems weird, but just don't tell anyone that it's in my room, okay?
Okay.
Thanks. And thanks for being understanding.
And she... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it's cute, so.
She kind of, like, looks back as she closes the door with kind of like a, huh. And then closes and you hear the door lock.
Typically, I never went in, so I did read and listen. Not the spirit of the law, just snore, step carefully over the marbles.
Yep. And then you go to bed.
Now go to super whispers for the dream.
No, no dream tonight. Back up we go.
DC would be 8 in my proficiency bonus, and then my strength.
Chikar, I need a dex saving throw.
Okay.
No.
No, I watch. I'm gonna
Into
crush
that.
it. See?
Holy shit!
All right. What do I win?
You have a really good night's sleep because you dodged the nightmares.
Deflected the nightmares and just slept good.
You dodged the ball berries I put at your bed.
A nightmare was coming and you just backflipped over it.
Not today, gay thoughts.
All right. But then the morning comes. John Johnson is at the foot of your bed. I'm kidding.
Just like I ordered.
Oh no.
We were just looking at feet while we were waiting.
Yo, don't look at feet on my stream.
Bad.
All right. And once more, we venture forth into the great unknown.
Into the great unknown. Truly, the greatest unknown. A world setting in which is not entirely even completed. Hooray!
The true unknown.
The quantum unknown. Nothing exists until you perceive it.
So, I just found a really interesting feat from Tasha's.
Oh yeah?
You guys ever heard of Shadow Touch?
I think so.
As far as I can see, it has no prerequisites either.
It's a sequel to Shadowrun.
You're right.
It's got too many rules.
You increase your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma by 1.
Yeah, and you get
You learn invisibility,
Yeah.
the spell,
Oh.
and a first level spell of your choice. And it
From
must
illusion.
be illusion or necromancy.
Or necro, yeah.
Now, the thing that I was like, wait a second, it doesn't say you need to be a spellcaster prior. I can just do this.
That's a
Once
good
per
ass
day.
feat.
I don't know, Carter. That sounds kind of spicy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, once per day you get invisibility, and once per day you get whatever first level spell you chose.
Mm-hmm.
Quick thought though, if you're invisible, are your echoes invisible?
That's up to you. Probably not.
I was gonna say, probably not. Oh god, probably not. But like, it's still an advantage because they're just like, okay, there's the echo, where's him?
Yeah, shock and awe. Just
Imagine a guard just sitting there and all of a sudden he just looks over and sees this other guy's neck just rotate really fast.
neck stab.
I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm just gonna say this, I surrender. Drops his spear, drops to the ground. Fuck this.
I retire.
I did not see anything, and that is the most truthful thing I can say. Goodbye and good riddance.
Goodbye,
There will be
Jojo.
no-
Yeah, boy. So morning.
Morning comes.
Morning.
Nova's back there. No one else appears to be home.
Oh. Well, get up in the morning.
Have our breakfast beer. And some solids too. Say our goodbyes. We'll probably be gone for a bit of an extended period. At least going up to the tower, possibly traveling up to Valios. Seeing what kind of mischief we can find on the way.
Milva offers you a hearty farewell, wishes you well, hopes to see you again.
Yes. And here's hoping the moon is the same size when we do.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was weird.
I know.
Sorry, I just
Lunacy.
just
Put
an
him up.
Outburst. Oh no. Look, I don't know what you're Saber talking about. It's just kind of weird.
Jesus.
All right. And we take the road east.
On the road eastward. And thus does their grand journey commence. What strange and untold deaths
sure you
will
heard
occur.
that.
Actually,
Saw my
that's
mic
not
light up
soundtrack.
at least.
And thus did they begin their course. The unnamed horse, setting off on its first great voyage.
We'll let
We,
her name
we
it.
do have a horse with no name, don't we?
I don't remember what that song is called. Is it literally
Horse
just
with
horse
no
with no
name.
name? Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Thank you. I think it was Fallout that I heard that on.
No, it wasn't my fault, boys.
The good news is that song is probably longer than our voyage, so
Maybe.
or it just feels that way when you're listening
Actually,
to it.
maybe it was GTA that I heard. I think it was GTA that I heard that song.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, you turned on your horse radio.
So, was there any last minute things you wanted to do before you headed out, or you got everything ready the day prior and are now moving on out?
Yeah, I think
I'm
we got
ready.
a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So let us calculate what the date is. Because the last time we checked the date, this was at the end of the theater circumstance. It was August 25th. Also,
Right.
Okay, there we go. The bees are gone. Oh, no,
So
the
we
bees are back.
Gone again?
Yep, there we go.
Yep, we're good.
All right. I got to stop playing with my cable. So 25th, you said? So that was the day the theater stuff. We spent the night there, so that's 26. We spent 2 days getting back to town. That's 28. We spent the day investigating 29. We leave 30.
August 30th.
All right.
Too early is 5.
A
but
busy goddamn month for
I'm
you
not sure about
guys.
your guys' ages.
Yeah.
I know. We gained 3 levels in this month.
Who knows? By the end of this month, you might earn another.
Dun, dun, dun.
Alright. So you head out on your journey. It's a very nice day today. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nice breezy wind. You feel the season of summer vaguely fading, but it still is nice and warm to keep you temperate. About an hour into your travel, you see a familiar figure start to walk down the road.
Is it Elephantine?
It is indeed Elephantine.
That's necromantic and druidy.
Is it alone?
It is alone. And it is
Oh.
now so someone's in the front of the carriage, so you'd probably see it, right?
Well, yeah, we gotta drive it.
Yeah.
Jane's probably doing most of the driving. I take over every now and then.
He does.
Not old enough. I don't have a driving license yet.
That's true.
He does, of course, notice you and starts to wave. Oh, my friends! I see you're heading out.
Yeah, we're gonna be gone for quite a while.
Where are you planning on going, if I may ask?
To the tower. For now.
The tower.
The tower.
What reason would you have for going to the tower? It is a very strange and mysterious place.
Exactly the reason.
Mystery and discovery. Yes, very good.
Mm-hmm.
You should talk to Sinbad.
That is precisely why I am coming back. It is,
Where's
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, where's the rest?
Well, it's just me making the journey back. Naturally, Lucian is currently set up inside the shed. He has insisted upon being restrained until they can understand the nature of his predicament. I'm
Oh, dear.
actually coming to explain this to Sinbad, although I have an inkling suspicion that Sinbad may already know about Lucian's condition. Regardless, I will do my best to make it seem like it's not as bad as it currently is.
It might be. Because what Sinbad has to tell you may be connected to what Lucian's experiencing, and if it is, we currently For all we know, this situation might be indefinite.
Oh no. That is the last thing that I want to hear.
That's why we're going to the tower, to see if we can learn more.
Well, I will keep you updated, and I hope in turn you could send me a message if you get any inkling suspicions on how to potentially alleviate our friend's predicament. Roshin insisted she come with me, but I insisted she remain in case Lucian manages to escape the bindings.
Right.
She was not terribly comfortable about me being out on my own, but I told her I am a grown pachyderm. I can defend myself if necessary. Well, I wish you good travels. May the
We're
weather
gonna be
stay
so
warm.
close.
So wait, what'd you
Oh
say?
yeah,
Sorry?
we've got a.
Me too.
Oh.
It's a band I like.
I'll shut up. You guys go ahead. Sorry.
What?
People were saying things and I kept speaking up.
Oh. Nothing significant. Just
Yeah,
where was I?
jokes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he travels on past you. Some time passes, a couple other more hours. And inevitably on the side of the road, you see this old woman kind of looking around panicked.
Do we see what that's about?
Here. Old woman. Man!
What?
Oh, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh, it's been too long since I've seen that.
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Old woman.
I've seen clips.
Man! Pardon me? Man! I'm a man!
Oh yeah. I think I do remember it now.
All right, yeah. So if you're gonna stop and see what she's doing, she does eye your cart, but she doesn't immediately like wave you down. She's just kind of like looking around frantically, kind of like looking back.
Whoa, nameless.
I'm just gonna name the horse Nameless now.
Well, yeah, nameless.
Ma'am,
Next one
you
is
seem in some
tarnished.
distress. Can we be of assistance?
Oh, young sire, please. I could use some assistance. My poor darling Francine.
My
She's-
dealer.
She's stuck in a tree.
Francine is,
Oh, my beloved darling calico cat.
All right.
How far
Yeah,
away is?
rescuing cats from trees. That's more of a first level thing. We'll let the next party take care of that.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be right along.
I was hoping that maybe she would get down on her own, but it's been quite some time. If it wouldn't
How
trouble
far
me.
up is she?
Oh, about... It's a tall tree, maybe about 30 or 40 feet.
That's
Jakar, pick me up. I cast Mage Hand.
Nice.
Can a mage hand hold a cat?
5
It's
pounds.
5 pounds.
Depends on the size of the cat. But yeah, that's true. Actually, a lot of cats are a little heftier than that.
Yeah, actually, I'll start climbing the tree the normal way.
Oh, you haven't seen the tree yet.
I'll
She is
start
actually
testing.
not at the tree. She said,
I was trying to take her for a walk. I have a cabin just nearby. But I'm afraid we walked into that grove over there and she started climbing up the large tree. I'm terribly afraid to try to get her myself. Could you potentially help me?
Does this seem on the up and up?
yeah, as far as you can see, it's just a very stressed out old lady.
All right.
Also looks like
Alright.
she's very blind.
Oh,
I put in a
Yeah,
movable
I'll
rod in
help.
front of her.
All right. Let's go check this out.
Okay.
Put the bike lock on the horse.
And there's the big tree. You guys are coming from the left.
So we're coming in here.
Yep.
And this is the big tree.
That is the big tree.
big tree.
Big trees here, brother.
I'm gonna I'm gonna ask Nar to get eyes on it,
Okay.
on the cat.
Roll me a perception.
With advantage.
Oh, hell
That's
yeah.
pretty good.
That's a really good roll. Nar flies over. Also, is Nar trying to, like, inconspicuously look, or is Nar just going for it?
Yeah, inconspicuous to not scare the cat.
All right, stealth roll.
Fly casual.
Okay, let me do something here. Gotta check a thing.
What the fastest perception of a cat is, or whatever it actually is.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I was waiting for the moment we find out it's not an actual cat.
Just fair.
It's not an actual old lady.
Okay.
Displace your beast. Displace your beast.
So as Nar starts to fly over the tree, she does actually catch sight of it's a spotted little cat, kind of huddled into one corner of the tree, like kind of shaking, like as if it's nervous about something.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see here. What is this?
Boom, boom.
What is Nar's AC?
12.
Okay. As it gets close to the tree, all of a sudden, from out of near the top of the tree, this giant fucking bee flies out and just tags Nar out of the sky. And that does 6 points of piercing damage. And if that does, how much health does Nar have?
7.
I need Nar to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Be a good
Looks like
time to
you're
see if
resummoning
Nar
Nar
is
tomorrow.
like immune to anything. Just magic, so probably not.
About that.
As Nar
I'm about
gets
to resummon
hit,
Nar.
you see Nar like start to like shake and shudder as it just falls to the ground, and she is just not moving. She does not disappear, but she is just stiff as a board on the ground.
Okay, so same thing her sting can do.
Oh?
Mhm.
Nar has a sting?
Yeah, pseudo dragons have like scorpion tails.
Oh my gosh, that's cool. I actually did not know that.
Yeah, plus
Can
4
we
to
shoot
hit
the bee?
though, so. I already am, so.
Okay.
Oh, this is a bad idea, but
initiative
Nar isn't
or-
smart, so would.
Yeah, the bee is like frantically flying around the tree right now. That'll hit.
I was gonna say I have 120 range. So.
Roll damage. Solid hit. Blasts it. You see it tumbling back as it tries to recover and manages to kind of get its flight back in position. As it turns to see you.
Oh, and I missed my follow-up shot.
And that shot goes very wide and strikes this tree over there. And
I was about to say,
actually
you might be
starts
a
to
dick
light that
move.
tree on fire. Let's see here. Here we go. 1B, 2B, or not to be
Yo, 2V, love that
the
shit.
bees. You see 3 other bees emerge from the tree. Beehive. This boy here is the one you just tagged. And they all look very, very angry.
We're gonna have honey with our rations.
Go ahead and roll me some initiativos.
Initiative. Oops, forgot to select character though. Oops.
All right.
Oh,
I need them to get away from the tree so I can cast Shatter.
I have a plan.
Luckily for you guys, they're not overly
Punch the
fast.
bees. 'Cause I support
I mean,
that
I
plan.
can. I can, in fact, punch the bees.
yes, you can. Because you could project your shadow up where they are, punch,
Yes,
and who cares if the shadow falls?
it does it. It actually floats.
Yeah, it actually
can
just
levitate.
fucking floats.
Nice.
The
Alright.
duplicate does look like it's falling, though, just for fun.
I was like, why does my headset cord feel like it's stuck on something? My fat fucking cat is laying on it.
Yo, we need to save Brody from the tree.
Mishka's the calico. Brody's the almost pure white.
Yeah, I don't have any good music this. Regardless. Anyways, so first turn order is Jane.
All right, pew pew. This doesn't seem like it warrants any spell action just yet. Yeah, no. So yeah, we'll
That's you. I cast Shatter at the face of the... No. I would kill the cat.
So yeah, the blue gem on the back of my gauntlet lights up and lightning arcs out, hopefully not at that flaming tree again. Not at the flaming tree, but still not a good roll.
Natural 1 this
The
time.
wasp you try to shoot manages to kind of maneuver around it, which is impressive considering it's lightning.
Yep.
They are kind of swarming rapidly around the tree.
Cool. The more they're swarming there, the more they're not biting us.
That is true. Do you have, anything else you'd like to do?
No, that seems good. I doubt they're going to shoot stuff at us, so I'm not going to get cover. So yeah, I'm good there.
All right. Chikara!
Okay. So,
Is it hip to punch bees?
I'm going to move my 30 feet here,
Okay.
and I'm going to use my action to open the barrel.
You have released all the monkeys!
Oh,
So much for waiting till Omni forgot about it.
He didn't expect me to use the barrel.
By the way, I don't have pictures for the monkeys yet, so I'm using the first one I found, and boy howdy, I'm fucking happy about it. Oh my god.
Monkey.
Yes. Monkey.
So also, I just want to point out that I kind of wear this. I'm gonna wear this barrel on my hip, like with a rope, so I can just rip the lid off as an action.
Yep.
A blade.
Rip the lid off, and all of a sudden, out comes one by one 5 little monkeys wearing. One's got like a top hat.
What a fucking picture.
One's got a funky little hat and a little vest. And they all have various instruments. One has like a violin. One has like a small little drum. Actually, properly put out the 5 monkeys. I can't make them tiny. Oh, I don't know how to make them tiny yet, but I know there's a way to do that. But the 5 monkeys release. They all get up in a line as if they're about to perform. And the one with the violin just smashes the violin on the ground and starts screaming.
Of course.
The monkeys have begun.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to make this a clown car.
Amazing.
I have released the monkeys along with myself.
The monkeys are now going, just going fucking nuts.
So is the clone.
The clone also is fucking just jamming it down.
God.
I think Klaus isn't here to see the instrument violent.
He would cry.
All right. Your go.
They're a pretty good distraction, so I'm not worried about a mirror image. So I guess I'll just Eldritch Blast the one I shot already.
Okay. Give it a go. That is a hit. You strike that bee so hard, its freaking wings come off as it falls to the ground dead. All right.
Also, the only appropriate combat music for this is the Buck Bumble theme from N64.
Let's see.
I just want to remind you, in Donkey Kong 64, you do fight big, like, horned bees.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Oh yeah.
Not that the monkeys can fight it, because they're creatures, but...
Okay. So this bee
Emotional warfare.
yes.
is actually pissed off at actually, hold on. Jane, which one did you try to shoot?
The same one that Jay shot.
Okay, so that one's dead. So this bee is actually not so persuaded by monkeys, and is pissed at the guy who took down one of his jet fighters.
How close did it fly to me?
It's up in the air. It is above you by like 20 feet.
Okay.
So let's see. +4 to hit. You see it coming a mile away as it attempts to come down to sting you, and you're just like, nah, move out of the way.
I am too short for you.
The next bee is not as intelligent. It sees a bunch of crazy monkeys freaking out. It doesn't like the movement. It's going to try to attack one of your monkeys. I think they have an AC of 10.
Yes.
Okay.
And they can also take the dodge and disengage action on their turn.
Yes.
For them.
It finds one of the monkeys,
For me.
just grabs it and goes to sting it. And +2, 4 points of damage. The monkey needs to make a Constitution save, which
It's just a d20.
yeah, I think it's just a D20. I rolled for you.
I got
But
you.
in either case,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Are we going to stop and straight out to this shopkeeper and go, I'm sorry, but when I opened the barrel, they were all dead.
Defective monkeys. How much damage did it take?
as it stabs the well, it fails the save. It took 4 damage. It has 1 health left. As it gets stabbed, you see it just kind of flail, go as it just goes limp, falls on the ground, and then just disappears in a puff of smoke.
I see.
It has become incapacitated, and thus it disappears.
Oh yeah, question actually. When was the monkey's turn?
On your turn.
Okay.
Upon summoning, they all come out of the barrel. The next turn is when they start taking their actions.
I see that. Yes, okay. Misunderstood.
I didn't clarify it well in the description. I should add that to it.
No, I just misread.
Yep. That's why there's 5 of them.
True.
All right, and this bee is actually, again, not quite so enthused by the monkeys, but he can't do any better. So he's going to come over and try to attack this monkey. No more monkeys crawling in the forest. But that monkey is too frantic. Dodges the stinger. Okay. Well, Jane, your go.
Move over and try and swipe that bee off my buddy with a lightning bolt.
All right. That's
There
a
we
hit.
go.
Woo! Good strike. You see it course through it as the bees is like.
That's just 8 damage, though. The extra. Oh, no, it is. That's right. Yeah, I get my extra d6, so that is the 10 damage.
Yep. You just singed that bee very heartily.
Maybe to convince it to come over here instead. Actually, and I am going to move towards it.
All right.
My
Oh
AC is
yeah, I had disadvantage on all my shots because it's daylight.
Oh shit! Wait, right. Well, no, you're under the shade of a tree.
It depends on the target you're shooting at.
They were around a tree.
Yeah, so
I'll let that one slide, but I'm not gonna forget again.
He says as he forgets again.
Yeah, whatever. It's just bees. Takara.
they killed a monkey.
It's hit the punch bees.
It's hip to punch bees. All right, which one are you punching?
Oh, sorry. Echo swap punch.
Yeah, the Echo's got to raise up like. Well, that bee actually came down to attack the monkey, so you wouldn't even need to raise
Yes.
it.
Yes, and that's why I'm hitting it.
Indeed, a good strike strikes the bee, fucking dents in its abdomen.
He goes.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
No,
Okay.
it's the monkey's turn.
Oh, right. What am I saying? Goodness. Yes, it is the monkey's turn.
Goodness gracious, it's time for monkey.
The monkeys
just said it's
all
my turn.
swarm around these bees and just start shrieking.
Will any of them take dodge or disengage?
So this one and this one take
Mhm.
dodge. These two cause havoc.
I see.
Indeed. All right. Next up is Ur's turn.
Oh god.
Hip to shoot bees
Okay.
with the normal shot because ally pack tactics.
Yes. Yes.
Didn't matter. It's hip to shoot bees.
Indeed. With
No, actually, that's a good question. Does your pack
Bee killer.
was pack tactics? It's an enemy of the enemy, right? That works.
Yeah. Someone who they view as hostile.
Yep.
I see. Okay.
And you strike that bee again. Actually, you knock off half of its legs as it plummets to the ground and perishes. However,
A side business.
would you like to do anything else in your turn?
Yeah, I might as well step the 5 steps.
Okay. So, the monkeys are causing quite a ruckus.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, the ruckus is very loud and concerning. And you hear more buzzing coming from the tree
Oh, but of course.
as 2 more hornets come out of the tree.
The monkeys have backfired.
They're making quite a distraction, and boy howdy, these bees are 100% going after the monkeys.
Well, we've got to empty the hive before we can steal the honey anyway.
Little did we know they had a barrel of bees in there.
New item.
Woo! One of those bees is fast as fuck, boy.
For them.
However, that is their turn to come out of the hive. Next is
Omni.
For them.
Beanade, it's hip to chuck bees.
All right. So, bee number 1. Despite the fact that this monkey is taking the dodge action, it is actually more inclined to attack your screaming monkey.
My howler monkey, if you will.
Indeed. Oh no. It grabs that monkey and pins it to the ground.
Oh no, not a tuba monkey.
As it does.
Oh, a
Oh.
tube of monkeys? That's weird.
You see it just impale the monkey through the midsection as the monkey just immediately just dissipates.
Here. Oh,
Never
Good God.
forget me.
Ah!
I have a wife and 2 kids.
But this bee is going to attack the one monkey that is dodging. Here's its first attack. But disadvantage. Ooh, but it gets a +4 to hit. No, that monkey's in danger.
Yeah, these are good bees.
Yeah, these bees are proficient. So let's see. What happens to that monkey? Okay, that monkey takes 3 points of damage, and the monkey needs to make a constitution save. That monkey's a fucking champ.
Sorry, I was looking at something.
Go monkey.
That monkey just like immediately finds the wound on its arm and just goes, just sucks the venom out and spits it out.
Spits it back in their face.
Okay. Jane.
All right, let's see here.
Is Jane more dexterous than a bee?
Probably
Probably.
Pete. I'm gonna go stand in front of He can still flee
Guard.
around me.
Get down, Mr. President.
Yeah. And I'm assuming Chikara is gonna punch this one, so I will shoot this one.
All right. Give it a go.
And I'm gonna miss this one.
That misses. And as it misses, unfortunately, there is a line of trees behind you.
It's not a 1 this time.
It is not. However, that tree is now on fire.
Now, Omni, a small question for
Yes.
you. A creature's natural AC is 10 plus their deck, and the monkeys have a +2 to deck. Would the monkeys have 12 AC?
You know, I didn't think about that. I thought about the fact that just kind of magically summoned creatures.
I mean, you could just say they're 10. I was just wondering if that applied to the monkey.
I'm just gonna put them at 10.
Okay.
They're expendable doubles at best.
They are. I was just curious.
But that's a good thing that you mentioned that. I will keep note of that. Okay.
Council has reviewed your request.
And next up is
The council.
Chikara.
The next up is
Hi,
22B, not to be an asshole, but
You know what they say. B.
Which bee do you want to kill?
B.
All right. Honestly, it doesn't even matter what kind of damage you roll. It had 2 health. That bee has been flattened.
Then whoop, 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 whoop. It can move it up to 30 feet. So
All right.
I'll step out over here in front of my comrades. As long as I.
you didn't step in front of the monkeys, though.
No, it's 30.
All right. And then Her's turn.
Aren't the 2Bs before me, though?
The monkeys.
Just got at it. Oh, and the monkeys.
Did I do that wrong? Oh yeah, the monkeys. Let's see. This one continues to havoc. This one runs over, starts climbing on the tree, starts kind of like waving at the bee. That one havocs. That
Hello.
one takes the disengage action and flees.
Hugs Chikara's leg.
Humps Chikara's leg.
What the? All right, back in the barrel.
All right. So wait, I think I did this initiative wrong. So is it the bee's turn first?
I mean, they're 22. No,
It was the end of your last turn. They chose to come out. Then we're going through a full round. They move
Yeah,
next.
fair enough then.
Yeah, you get your turn.
So on the one closest to me, I cast Phantasmal Force on it. It needs to make an int saving throw.
The one closest to you, I think, would still be this one down here.
Okay, the newest one closest to me.
Okay, so you cast Phantasmal
Fair
Force.
enough. It's 60 feet, so.
Okay.
So hopefully bees aren't intelligent.
-5. It rolled a... Wow, impressive, though.
Yes.
It rolled an 8.
I had a very good chance. It sees its hive on fire, and that is concentration for a minute.
Okay.
It can use its action to examine the phantasm
Alright.
with another intelligence save.
So that would be...
But it can be hurt by the fire if it tries to help its people or anything.
Oh, well, that's funny. It is its turn next, and it is going to immediately fly back to its hive.
Oh no, I said the
Oh, wait,
one
that's right.
in the tree highest.
Okay, never mind. This bee is going to sting at another one of the monkeys. +4 to hit. Nah, that monkey dodges. Okay. And then... who goes first in a tie is based on dex, right?
Yep.
Higher
Minus
dex.
16.
Yeah, you go first.
All right, so this one is freaking out about a burning hive. This one is biting a monkey and will get shadow punched. So this guy's my target.
Okie dokie.
And another 8.
Okay.
And
This
again,
poor cat.
that extra roll is always high. It's like I'm rolling low, high, but the high's always on the advantage roll. All right, I
Turn
miss
it
again.
off. So
Okay. Now, I will grant you the grace that it does not light the tree that has the cat in it on fire.
Yeah.
However, the cat is very shaken. You actually see the cat doing that stereotypical I don't know where to run thing back and forth across a branch. Alright. Next one is bee thinks its hive is on fire and attempts to crawl back into it to get the queen out.
okay, so let's see how much damage Phantasmal Force does. Each round on my turn, the Phantasmal can deal 1d6 psychic damage.
Okay. Chikara.
Hi. You know what it is. Bee! Fuck.
Just short.
Bee!
Does not strike
That's
at
all.
that bee.
Yeah, that's all I want to do.
This bee is entirely uncertain why its other bees now retreating back into the nest in a frenzy, but doesn't really seem to give a shit. Because it's going to fly over to Jane and attempt to sting you.
Yep.
Not even close, baby.
Not gonna happen.
It is trying to sting through your armor, and your armor is like, please.
Yep.
I was made for this.
Bees specifically, I'm very allergic.
All right, Earth's turn. Phantasmal Force.
Ooh.
So you see the bee just kind of like freak out because it thinks it's been lit on fire.
And I'm going to shoot the beehive.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna shoot the beehive.
Hopefully fall
Stick in
damage
the
will kill a
bee's
lot
nest.
of them. Or it won't, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, I'm cool.
Now, by all accounts, well, you'd have disadvantage. But it doesn't matter. You landed a 16. You can see the hive. It is a stationary target. I didn't actually calculate an AC for it. That's a hit.
Well, there we go. The AC is
Almost
15.
max damage too.
That would have straight up just killed one of the bees. So at that point, what happens is you knocked the hive out of the tree.
Hey, that was my goal.
The hive tumbles, kind of rolls back a bit, and a ton of bees start coming out, start freaking out. Most of them are flying away, but 2 more bees turn their attention towards you guys. But the rest of the bees are now panicking and flying off in random directions.
Must have been a big hive.
Very big. That hive is maybe like half the size of the tree. It's like a 15-foot
Why
hive.
did the cat go
Like
up
a 10
there?
The cat heard buzzing, was curious. It fucked up. It really fucked up. Alright, this bee is still... Actually, this bee is going to attack your Echo, Chikara. Bee sting. Ooh, that's a 21 with a +4.
Oh, I wonder if it hits.
just a thought. And it does... Well, I think Echo has 1 health, right?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1 hit.
Stings your Echo. Echo dissipates.
Goes back to the tower.
I arrive at the tower, my Echo's just sitting there like, yo, what the fuck?
Start of a new round.
You're supposed to pick me up, Dad.
These other 2 bees. let's see how well they do. Not well at all. Not well at all. This one is 5. This one is 6. Sort by descending. All right. Top of the round, Jane.
All right, let's get a couple of them here. Tasha's Caustic Brew in a line like this. So we hit those two Bs with the acid stream.
Mm-hmm.
They get a deck save,
All right,
DC 13.
First one rolled a nat 20.
Okay.
And the second rolled an unnatural 20.
Oh dear. Dice are not in my favor today. All right. Well, I guess that means I can drop the concentration on it at least. Okay.
22 speed B has now noticed everything in the hive has gone to shit. Everyone is freaking out. It is now going to take vengeance. This bee desires blood.
There will be blood.
Shit! That is a 14. You have more
some
AC
good
than
call.
that.
Yes. Yeah, my AC is 16.
Yep. It attempts to sting you, but you dodge out of the way.
There are some who call it
Dumpy.
Jetstream B.
You deny your hive its purpose.
God damn it. That was too good.
I said my honey would be told for justice, but this isn't my honey.
Alright, summon a 5. Summon a 15 here.
The bee is very
And,
frustrated.
Yes, and it's hip to punch bees?
It is hip to punch bees.
It's hip to punch bees.
It's hip to nearly slaughter bees from full health. As you clip off several of its legs in one punch. Barely, it is holding on.
That is all.
Okay. This bee doesn't like the look of your monkeys are still repeating. 2 down here are havocing. The one up here is now going to take the dodge action. And the bee's going for it.
Making the mother of all honeycombs, Jack.
Oh, it manages to dodge. You see the bee come down, try to sting the monkey. The monkey's like, nah, man. Runs between your legs, runs away.
Hey, that's my strategy.
Speaking of, what is your strategy?
I thought your strategy
hold-
was getting downed.
You right. I'm gonna hold casting shatter until those 2 bees move out.
Okay.
And doesn't the one still take another D6 burning?
No, because he left. Unless he
Oh.
perceives himself still on fire.
Let's see if he perceives himself still on fire. With a -1, I'm pretty sure he still thinks he's on fire.
Another 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Force is a real fun spell. Such a shame it's saving throw.
He's not flying great, but he's still flying.
That's my turn for holding action. I'm gonna stay put.
Okay. Yeah. So you're holding your action for when they both fly out?
Yeah, when they both arrive to where they're going.
Okay. So this bee is gonna fly out and attack one of the monkeys. Not even close, baby. Not hitting those monkeys today. That monkey is havocing way too hard.
It's a chain roll.
And then this bee is coming after Jakara. But they have both flown out. You now have the ability to cast Shatter. Can you cast Shatter in a way that doesn't hurt your friends?
Oh no, he's gonna do it.
Bye-bye, Shadow.
Are you about to destroy the monkeys?
They're gonna remember.
The monkeys remember.
Chikara, is it okay if I hurt monkeys accidentally?
They're
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
like it. I can't say yes.
Go for it.
Yeah, they'll understand.
Or they'll just stay in their barrel from now on.
I don't think the monkeys will understand.
Yeah, I'm casting it on the echo.
You're
3
casting
Vs.
it on the echo. Okay. Do what you must.
They all need to make con saves.
Everything has to make con saves. Alright, let's gotta remind me, what are the monkeys' constitution? I think it's bad.
Normal.
Oh, normal? Okay.
Yeah, normal. No, their intelligence, wisdom, and charisma are all negative, but well, their
Gotcha.
strength as well.
It's 12 damage!
I mean,
So half damage still kills the monkeys.
it doesn't. Yeah, it
bothers
doesn't matter.
You kill the monkeys.
You've killed everything I love. You killed my phantom and my two monkeys,
Alright, let's see if the bees make it.
and you have spurned 2 monkeys.
None of the bees make the save.
12 damage each.
Monkey in front of Jane. Monkey, what was I saying? Bee in front of Jane is not okay. Most of its body parts have been shattered off. The bee below Chikara here, not okay. Most of its parts have been shattered off. This bee has literally exploded. And the 2 monkeys just erupt and they dissipate into particles.
Listen, it's not my fault. Next time I use the barrel, it's your fault.
It's okay, I'm very persuasive.
Alright. So,
The monkeys start heckling her. Cast Shattered centered on himself.
alright, so, this bee
You monkeys.
is going to go after Chikara again. Not with a 12, he's not. Jane.
Yes. My turn?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they got Shatter. Now they're gonna let's see, let's 15-foot square like this. Thunder Wave.
Thunder Wave!
On Chikara's turn, the monkey just fucking sucks me in the jaw.
Okay. And is it half damage on save or void damage?
Good question. Information.
Thank you, Alfred.
So, Jay, it does say the monkeys don't forget. But I don't know if that means it's
half damage.
Oh, half
And not
damage?
push.
They're dead.
All
It
right.
doesn't say they forgive, though.
Regardless, those bees have just been sonic wave wings, body parts shattered, not shattered, thundered off. Goodbye.
So, Omni, question real quick.
Answer.
Does this mean 2 of the 5 monkeys will now harass Jay, or does it mean all of the monkeys has been spurned by Jay?
You'll find out.
Oh god.
I mean, 2 of the monkeys never saw it, so unless they talk in the barrel.
These are magical fiends.
They are fiends, Jay.
You'll find out.
Don't regret that decision in the slightest, I'm gonna be real with you.
Remember, they can't harm you physically, but emotionally.
Oh, and they can
Your
also
family's dead.
they can also fuck up your perceptive statuses
Mhm.
That is true.
and make it very hard for you to focus on things.
They are a distraction.
Indeed.
Man, it's gonna be a shame when there's a curse on this and these monkeys have like a 1 in 100 chance of coming out every day.
Shut up.
By all accounts, you haven't tried to remove the barrel off of your person.
Oh god.
Alright, this bee, still gonna go after Not with a 9, he's not. Chikara!
I just threw a grenade in a pack of monkeys and bees.
Just murdered those poor bees and those monkeys.
Alright, which bee you hitting?
Sorry, this one.
Okay. Good strike. Solid hit. Bees in pain. Alright, this monkey
Phantasmal Force.
is going... Oh yeah, Phantasmal Force.
Oh, it's on my turn, so yeah, that
Oh.
first.
This monkey's just gonna keep disengaging. He is not okay. There is no more
You
havoc.
got
The
me
monkey
this
screeching has
time.
stopped. Okay, the bee... It's the bee in front of you that's phantasmal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, the
He just
122.
seizes up
Yay.
and falls to the ground.
It thought it burned to death.
Yep.
Well, time to shoot a bee.
It's hip to shoot bees. Yeah, it's hip to shoot bees.
Blast monkeys.
Shoot the bees, blow up the
That's something.
monkeys.
Bee dead. All bees dispersed.
Killed all but 2 bees.
As long as
Happy
combat is
business.
over, I ring the bell and tell him to go back, and he did great.
You ring the bell, the monkey limps its way, just kind of like slings one arm over, pulls itself into the barrel, and disappears.
Flipping you the bird as it
I give
does.
him a little pat.
It does not seem to respond.
It's-
First day on the job, and all 4 of my brothers got slaughtered.
It's merely pretending.
All
right.
I'll start climbing the tree, and then when I'm within 30 feet of the cat, I'll talk to it mentally.
I mean,
And, like, reassure it, say I'm sorry about all the loud noises.
you don't even need to climb up the tree. It is within 30 feet of you, the base.
Oh, okay. Well, I still
Uh,
want to climb the tree to get it out. Help it get out.
Yeah, so you try to talk to it?
Mhm.
Okay.
It just has to be able to understand language.
I don't know if cats can. Hold on.
Yeah, they can.
Druids can
Because
talk
you,
to them.
you call
so-
them their name, they understand that that's their name. You can teach them, like, words. They have the intelligence to understand speech.
Yeah, 3, they would. Animal handling.
Don't worry, it's a wisdom. I got this.
Cat's not
Okay.
convinced.
I've killed literally every bee in existence. It's safe.
The cat is kind of frantically going to the edge of the branch away from you.
Alright, I tried. Time to check on Nar.
I'm gonna cut open the beehive.
Okay.
Extract any honeycomb I can for the road.
Yeah, there's plenty.
I will walk up to the tree, and if I see the cat look at me, I will outstretch my hands and do, like, the finger thing, like, come here.
Are you gonna give it a little?
Yeah, hit it with a little.
All right. Animal handling.
All right. Oh god.
Use prestidigitation.
Nah, it doesn't like me. I'm intimidating.
The cat has begun to run.
Well, we got it out of the tree.
the cat. Hold on. Need to get the image of the cat.
Gently shake Nar awake. Because I know how hurt poison works, and I'm assuming it's the same.
This file of this cat is apparently really high res. It's taking forever to actually add. This is a high res goddamn cat. All right, it drops out of the tree, and then that takes 30 points of movement, and it is now this far.
Well, the old lady just wanted us to get it out of the tree, so.
I mean, you can stop there. You do not have
Yeah,
to
it's
pursue
not
the
a problem.
cat if you don't want.
I don't think we're catching a cat.
Yeah, humbling myself trying to catch a cat.
Nuts, the cat does run.
Yeah, I might
Come
come
on,
back and
it's
start
loyal.
sniffing at the beehive. There might be something interesting in it for it there. But all right, we've got honeycomb. Let's head back. Tell the little old lady her cat's down from the tree. Maybe she can call it over now. It doesn't seem to like us. Ignore the crackling sound of trees on fire.
Yeah. It's a good thing this old lady's pretty blind, because all she knows is from further down she just hears "Pachoo, pachoo, pachoo." Whoa, ah!
Boom.
Hear fucking glass shattering.
Just a
and
glass
monkeys
shatter
die.
and monkey screaming.
You just hear a grenade go off. Hear machine guns.
I love young people.
She, as you return to her, she is clearly very shaken. She's like, "Ah, what's going on there? Is my dear sweetie okay?"
Yes, the reason your cat wouldn't come down is it was scared by a large beehive. We've taken care of the beehive and your cat has come down, but it doesn't seem to like us all that much, so you might want to go in and call it.
Oh, sweetie, come here.
she starts calling out for it, kind of slightly moving in that direction.
Well, we did our job.
Hit the road.
We did it, Patrick. We saved the city. Forest on
Chaos,
fire.
damage, anarchy. Our work here is done.
And you now have a significant amount of honeycomb, because it's big honeycomb.
Yeah, wow. It was holding all those big bees.
And honey stays good for a while.
It does.
That's like enough to fill like maybe like 2.5 jars of honey. Like
Cool.
good old hand-sized jars.
Mm.
And I remember I got all those sample jars.
Yes.
So yes, I fill some of the as many of them as I can with the honey.
Hell yeah. You now have 2.5 jars of honey.
God, now next time I can use the barrel, I have to get all the monkeys out and try to get them to understand diplomacy.
That's assuming they'll listen.
That this is true.
They come out. We started a union.
Now, it is stated in your barrel, they're only hostile towards people who, like, were hostile towards them. Even though you did
fuck.
send them out into effectively a suicide situation, they don't blame you for it.
Oh
They
no,
blame
yeah,
me for it.
they were for a distraction. They weren't supposed to die at all. That was never an idea.
And honestly, the monkeys themselves, will they care about the fact they died? Who knows? When you resummon them, maybe they'll, you know how they react.
But they remember anyone who has acted cruel or violent towards them.
Indeed.
So I would say it's cruel.
It was
Violent, yes.
Yes, it was a humane way of putting him down.
Yes, I too like to take a piece of glass and shatter it in front of them. 'Cause that's all I imagine the spell as every time.
It was instant.
Oh god.
They did not suffer.
That's right.
The end.
Yeah, and
those
what, let
monkeys
the
was
poison
very
kill them? I was doing them a service.
Also, speaking of poison, Nar is not dead, but Nar is fully paralyzed.
Okay, knowing how hers work, I kind of lightly shake her a little bit, see if that works, because that works on her poison.
Let's see. No, she's still stiff.
Well, I put her in my hood pouch and just hope it goes away. Actually, I talk telepathy. Like, can you still hear me? Or
Yes, it can. Well, hold on. It's meant to link.
yeah, limited telepathy back and forth with it.
Yeah, it can still hear you, and it clarifies it is not dead, but it cannot move.
Okay, I'll put it in the comfy hood pouch.
Okay. And on that slaughtering of bees, we'll end the session there since it is 10 for you, Nicarda.
Yep. Well, it's actually 11:15 for me. But
Well,
yes.
true, yeah, right.
Yep.
That is the
Good time to
end
call it a day.
of the bees and the beginning of a long journey.
Wait, you're in the future. Why didn't you warn us about the bees?
There's no bees in the future. You killed them all.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yep. And for the record, Jay, an hour later of travel, Nar is able to crawl out of the bag.
Not in the bag, just
Or-
literally
or-
in my hood.
Yeah, in your hood. Nar is able to crawl out of the hood. The poison lasts for 1 hour.
Same as Nars.
You know those jokes, like those gags in some cartoons and stuff, where like an animal is frozen solid, and they like grab it by the tail and just bang it on a table and like, look, it's solid. Just that's what you did with Nar. Oh god.
like to return this parrot. It's dead.
No, I know that one.
It's not dead. He's just resting.
So that is all she wrote. We will-
That is the session.
We
All
will
right then.
continue this another time.
Excellent.
Thank you, chat, for showing up and
Thank-
hanging out.
Thank you, everybody who was watching. We will see you again for more shenanigans.
Shenanigans is the right word.
More monkeys, more hatred.
Thank you, Alfred and Nix, for posting in the memes channel and on these server relevant things at the time. Very funny.
I gotta see this now. Alrighty, well, good night, good afternoon, good morning, everybody, and I'll see you later.
All right. Peace out, everybody.
Hey, chat.
Peace.